Certainly falls.
Well, now that we're outside, what time of day is it?
It's about. You entered at about 9 a.m. in the morning. Looking up at the sky, it's getting close to probably about
Well, now that we're outside, what time of day
two,
is it?
2 or 3. It's about 2 or 3 in the morning, or 2 or 3 in the afternoon. At about 9 a.m. in the morning. Looking up at the sky. There we go. So about 2 o'clock in the afternoon is what you're looking at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Clarissa is gonna, like, intently, immediately go back to the spot we teleported from and, like, start trying to detect what magic that teleported us out was.
Okay, do you have detect magic, or is it more of a...
No,
or are you just
like,
doing a
more
general
like-
Arcana check?
Yeah, more like Arcana.
Okay, yep, go ahead and roll an Arcana check, that's fine.
Yay! 18! Happy
Fan.
face.
Fantastic. So, looking over this, you can even ask Thangard to come over and help you out if you want to, but I mean 18 is going to be more than enough. Looking at this, you recognize this stone as a disc of teleportation. It's normally an enchantment that is placed on some cylindrical object. Not a really big one, but something that's still. But like for the dwarves, they wanted something that was going to be kind of a quick transportation back and forth. Very easily. You get the sense that the goblins might have used it a little differently than originally intended, but it can teleport. It can teleport an individual up to 1,000 meters away from one plate to the other. And each of these giant cylindrical stones is about 200 pounds each. Or 250 pounds, sorry.
She's just gonna, like, start babbling somewhat excitedly about dwarven technology and teleportation, and starts to plot a way we can drag this thing back to the town.
Okay. I should also have everybody roll a d20 real quick, by the way.
Does the D10?
Modifier?
No modifier, just a regular d20.
Damn it, where are all my D20s?
Oh, Salix, you and I are starting off the night strong. Oh, God.
We're getting this garbage out of the way
Vanguard,
early.
Yeah, get out of the way early, guys.
Absolutely.
How do I have the highest roll still? Oh god.
Guys, I don't mean to be pessimistic, but I
It's
think
gonna
we
be
all
okay.
die tonight.
Nights this evening.
Let's just long rest until next Tuesday.
Alright, good job.
Okay. Okay, so starting off tonight, for talking order, will be Matrim. If this wants to move, please. You to move? Nope. Okay, that's fine.
What do you want us to do?
Nothing. I'm just being stupid and weird. Okay. Okay, so starting off the talking order tonight is Matrim, followed by... Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So, followed by Clarissa. I do tab? Nope. Damn it. Bug. Okay, it's gonna be weird. Followed by... Ryven. This is not how I was... Salix and Karma make rolls again.
Ooh, nat 20.
Salix.
Slightly better than a 6.
Salix, what's it?
Oh,
You both got
jeez.
nat 20s?
Oh, shit.
Good God. You both got nat
We
20s.
both got nat 20s.
Roll again.
17.
15, okay, so Karma then is going to be Karma. Karma, followed by Salix. Followed by Tyrion, and then Vanguards. Vanguard. Cool. Okay. Alright, so that's the talking order for this evening.
Yeah.
Joyous.
You did that on one of those pop-outs or whatever?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Okay.
Okay. So, that's the talking order for this evening. There we go. And save changes. Should still be under the same thing, talking order. We should be able to just pull it up and it should be just updated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Excellent.
So, that is the talking order for this evening. So, cool. Put that over. Okay, so you guys have exited out of the thing. What do you guys want to do?
Well, it appears we've taken care of our goblin problem. Is there any other
One
reason
moment, guys.
for
Hold on, I'll be back.
Oh, he got his pizza.
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Guess what?
I
we
go
want to
hi.
do? Going in.
There it is.
They have pizza and Zebros? Delicious.
Just saying. Oh, there's a little pop-out thing. Look at that.
I mean, I'm sure that they have developed the technology to make a pizza. It's cheese, some sauce, and dough.
God, this is risky as hell. Okay. Whoa! Calm down, buddy. You're good.
I apologize, food was needed. Okay.
Indeed, sir.
Okay. That's loud. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I just muted my phone. Now I'm back.
Oh. Well, there's just some weird music just came from the sky. It was kind of
That was very awkward and weird.
That's just how DJ prays.
It's good.
I guess. What's everyone think we need to do now? Head back to town.
I think our first
You
order
here?
of business is to take a 5-minute break, gather our wits, and then I say we head back to town because there's a reward in the offing for us, and we still have some missing children that we need to deal with.
Hey, aren't there some
And I would
children
like to
somewhere?
get started on that as soon as possible.
Do we have
Also-
a way of proving that we did this? Because I imagine that town guard guy probably doesn't want to pay us.
You do
where's our
remember?
buddy?
I was about to say you do remember that. You do remember that.
Was it Lady
that the-
Fire who offered us a bounty?
Yeah, it was Lady Moonfire who offered you the reward. So she'll be the one who would more than likely, probably logically, it's she would probably send somebody to go check it out.
I trust Kieran's
Pull your
persuasive-
pants up, Tyrion.
Yeah, I was saying, I trust his
You
persuasive
just mention
skills.
her name and just start furiously masturbating. You're just getting on Gregory about that. Now look at you.
Does anybody sort of
So-
want? No.
Also, do we need to warn someone about all the zombies that are
Yeah,
out
I
there?
was just thinking about it. I think maybe Gregory should go deal with
Did
the
you not
zombies,
kill the
town
zombies?
guard.
Well, we kind of had to run from the zombies. The zombies were a surprise.
There was
Oh.
a lot of fog that appeared out of nowhere. I'm not
some
sure what happened.
random
It was
asshole
weird.
Should we
cast-
post a sign? Beware.
Don't open dead
Where
inside.
are we gonna get a sign?
Don't dead open inside.
Don't
you
don't dead
have a
open
sign?
inside. Just we could use
Use what?
the
rock.
Ranger's blood.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
we could ride with those dead goblins.
Yeah, well, if I think we fed the dead goblins to the zombies.
You used part of the
not,
dead
not
goblins.
The ones that are
You used
still
part of
rotting
them
out here from
as
the day
feeding,
before.
and then you used part of them as also
As mortar.
as actually mortar into the like makeshift kind of wall you made.
Yeah, Salix, you missed some shit, man.
he did.
Yeah.
We went into full panic mode.
We've seen some shit, man.
Panic mode, panic mode,
We had
panic
it under
mode.
control
Totally
until
fine.
somebody decided to go into panic mode.
Yeah.
Earth mode.
It was
I still
pretty
don't know
good.
that.
Through fog in a tiny room,
It's called Pocket
keeping in
Sand.
mind the zombies were blind, so it did nothing to them.
Yeah,
And none of us could see anything.
I had 1 HP left. I
It
was
didn't
almost
matter.
dead.
The
Well,
zombies were
Do we
blind.
want to go back and deal with these zombies, or should we just? Nope.
No.
No.
Clarissa,
Such a
no,
long bit of
no,
walk.
no.
You know,
I
if
say
we were going
we
to deal with them,
warn-
I would suggest just taking down just enough of the wall so we can make Clarissa just light everything on fire forever.
I
Light
say
the world on fire, child.
warn Lady Moonfire about the zombies and dispatch a platoon of the town guard to deal with them. They're
Let the
fucking
guards do
zombies.
some of the work.
I like this plan.
Exactly. So I say we head back, and after all, we don't want those zombies sitting around for too long. So let's head
Hey,
back and talk to Lady Moonfire
Clarissa.
after we take a short break, because
Yeah.
I need to roll a hit dice.
Hey Clarissa, why don't you shoot one of those fireballs at the entrance and try to cave that in? See if
How are they gonna check that we killed it if it's caved in?
Because
You can use the
Teleportation?
lead.
I'm worried about those zombies. I don't care.
Plus, that entrance looks pretty damn sturdy. I don't think it's going anywhere.
I think
Yeah.
she'll blow it up.
No, I wouldn't want to damage all this wonderful magical technology. And she like hugs the teleportation rock.
Oh,
You
shit.
see Clarissa start kind of like cuddling and hugging this cylindrical rock that is easily at least like 3 times bigger than her.
Weird.
You get a little things are getting a little weird. Okay. So you guys heading back to town? Is that what-
Tierra
Gavin?
votes yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
We're heading back to town on the most
So-
effective route possible. Getting on that road.
So
Forest.
you can. So as you guys
Don't
as
think
you guys
it's through
begin.
the forest, man. Yeah, I tell you what. You go through the forest. We'll take the road.
Well, you have to take that forest path in
I'm
order
gonna
to
take
get
that
to the
path
road.
back to the road.
Yeah.
That's fine. Let's take the path
So-
back to the road.
So you guys take the so you guys kind of catch you guys kind of grab Gregory as you start walking back. You make it to the path. You start walking along the path. Hi, friend. Yep. As you're walking along the path, nothing seems to happen. You engage in general conversation, talking. You kind of regale Gregory with the events that happened during it. Clarissa, I take it you're doing the same thing. You regale Gregory with the events that happened during this time that you were down there. You make it back to the road, and you begin trekking your way back to Loudwater. You make it to the gates. It gets to about as you get into the gate, the sun is slowly beginning to dip down below, just over the horizon, getting ready to go into sunset. As you approach the gates and enter them, you are greeted by 2 guards who, these 2 you haven't met yet. You're not quite sure who they are. They just kind of wave you through. One of them shouts off to you, "Oi! We're about to close the door. We're about to close the gate for the evening. You might want to hurry up." You guys scuttle inside Loudwater just as the gate begins to close behind you for the evening.
Doesn't their wall have like massive holes in it?
Just the one big hole.
Just
Okay.
the one area
One
that the
massive
goblins attacked. You
Okay,
can't. This is something that these townspeople have been dealing with for a long time. That as you're walking back, you notice that there has already been construction beginning on the hole that these goblins had just recently imposed and had enacted upon the town of Loudwater, as well as about 4 or 5 other areas along just this western wall that you guys had walked out of.
Okay.
So you're back in Loudwater.
Anchored for the night.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get out of town to, because Moonfire's.
Yeah,
manor
we don't
still
want to
keeps-
bother her at night. I say we go talk to our good friend, what's his face?
The oddities guy, or the town guard.
If it's nighttime, I say we go to the tankard and talk to
It's
the friend.
just becoming nighttime.
Oh, okay. So people are still out and about.
Yeah, there's still some activity in the town going on. There's still merchants who are starting to close up, who are in the process of closing up their different carts in their shops. Jesus, Pete.
Dude, calm your tits, all right? Kind of ruining the immersion.
You make your way back to the tankard, and
That's
are
this building, right?
Yeah, I'm just giving you the mapping for effect at this point. It's not really actually needed for character movement. You make your way back to the tankard. As you walk in the door, there's like a very gusty smell of fire and just burning wood. As you enter, you notice that there is a nice fire lit in the fireplace off to your right. The tankard's a little bit more busy than usual than when you first arrived, because you guys arrived at midday last time. This time, as you enter, there's a visible larger crowd. It's a little harder to find a table or anything in the tankard. It seems as though a lot of people are here for their evening meal or for just some general evening activities and drinks.
I would like to, as soon as we start getting close to the town, raise my hood up over my head.
Okay.
It's the thing. We're in town now.
Mm-hmm. As you walk, you do that as you walk into town.
As soon as I find it in my character thing, I'll say the next thing.
Okay.
You guys can keep going.
Where's
This is not important. This is just a perception thing I want to...
Alright, Tyrion walks up to the bartender and asks if he has do you have any rooms available? Do you have to roll for that? Jesus.
No. Well, I don't know. Where is my... Man, I am so unorganized tonight. This is not even funny. Make me sad.
Shit, where the hell did I put it?
Everyone's disorganized tonight.
I am ridiculously unorganized tonight. It's not even funny.
Ivan can't find his character sheet. You can't.
No, I can find my character sheet. I'm looking for it in my character backstory
That's
description of what I'm looking for.
What
It's
novel?
okay.
I can't find it.
Tyrion can't find his pen. Apparently,
Damn.
the innkeeper can't find his records.
The innkeeper can't remember his name.
Marsh.
I didn't ask his name. I just said, dude.
No,
what
but it's
room's
more for
available?
just as who you're talking to.
His name is Marsh.
Oh,
Is
it
his
is
name
Marsh.
Oh,
That's right.
Thank you. I forgot that.
Randy Marsh. Oh.
So as you approach the bar, Marsh, who is in the process of currently pouring a few drinks, turns over to you and says, "Oh, we've got still a few rooms available. I'm pretty sure the rooms that you originally used are still vacant and available for use this evening if you are needing them or needing accommodations for the night."
Okay. I will take the room I was staying in
Okay.
and a bottle of Elvish wine.
Okay. All in all, it comes out to about 10 gold for the night.
And the wine?
The wine, are you getting the top brand? Are you getting the mid? What are you getting?
How much is the top brand?
For a single glass?
No, for a bottle. I said a bottle.
Oh, for the whole
A
bottle?
fucking bottle of
Oh.
wine.
Oh, 25 gold for the top brand.
25? Oh, bring that shit on.
Yep, 25 gold for the
Yeah.
top brand.
Do it.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna
Okay.
grab my bottle, head back to the group, and say I'm gonna head over to Lady Moonfire's place. I don't want to waste any time on these missing children.
All right, so you exit the tavern, begin walking out and heading down the streets.
Anyone who would like to is welcome to join me.
Karma's following.
Okay, Karma, you follow as well.
But I want to get a bottle of cheap wine. Like
Like $3 Chardonnay?
Like
perhaps?
$3 Chardonnay.
That's a random example that I'm just pulling out of
Okay.
there.
Okay, so Karma, you walk up to the barkeep. You get
Salix says,
decent-
do you think we can leave the town for the night since the gates are closed?
She's in the town.
I thought her manor was out to the east, out the eastern gate.
Oh, God, I have this written. Nope, I left that paper in my apartment.
It is written
Right.
outside. It is written outside the eastern gate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I realize this, turn around, and head back to the inn.
I'll say we got a party for the night.
With
And
your
leave.
big old bottle of wine.
I hear someone typing, and I can't freaking find.
Okay.
It's me, I just messaged.
Slightly embarrassed
I see. Okay,
by
check.
my complete and total memory loss, I head straight up to my room, stash my equipment and the bottle of wine, and then I come back down and join the group.
Okay, Matron, what are you doing?
Go to the innkeeper and asked to see if my room was still available last time.
For sake of brevity, all of your rooms are available. It's
Yeah.
it's 10 gold for the evening per room.
All right.
There next
Cool.
So, ask for a room
Okay.
and ask for
Barter?
a
You can attempt to.
pint of mead.
Okay. All in all, for the entire night, it'll be about 15 gold for the
15.
room and the alcohol.
Got it.
How about a meal?
I try and find an empty table, and tell my companions to join me whenever they're ready.
Okay.
And I sit down and start trying to get the attention of, I don't know, are there any servers in there, like waitresses in there with pointy ears? Randomly.
Make a perception check. Ryven, if you're looking for that, make a perception check as well.
I am looking specifically, and I'm talking like attractive ones. Don't worry. If there's uggos in there, don't worry about that. 16 plus perception is 18.
There's
18.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
right, ladies. I got my eyes peeled. I am searching intently. It's 18 perception.
You're looking specifically for pointy ears? Is that what I got?
Yeah, man. I want elven or
okay.
half elvish chicks. I mean, look,
Okay,
if there's
that's fair.
attractive humans in there, let me know.
Right. Okay.
Just say order.
As this is the town of Loudwater,
Oh yeah, they don't like elves.
as this is the town of Loudwater, you notice that it's primarily human. You've not seen many other races around. The only other individual of different race that you've met and encountered has been Lady Moonfire, and she was half elf. So looking around, there appears to be no half elves, or elves or anything else of that in this town, or not in this town, but in the tavern itself.
What about attractive human ladies?
There's some attractive ones, but just
Are they waiting tables? I'm looking for employees.
for
of this
waitresses and waiters.
He's looking for wenches.
No, dude, I want a woman.
Call it how it is.
Get me a drink. No, I want a woman, and I want the more attractive one to do it. But if that's not the case, I just want a goddamn drink. So.
Most of the there's not really any waitresses. There's no waitresses in the tankard this evening. There's
lovely.
None that are waiting, anyways.
All right, continue on then.
Okay.
I'll get a drink later.
Chris, what are you doing?
Satire.
Where did Gregory go?
As soon as you got back to the town of Loudwater, Gregory split off from you guys, mumbling something about having to go check in with Geralt. No, not Geralt.
Geralt of Rivia.
With Edmund. He had to go check in with Edmund, and let him know that he was back and give his report of what happened.
All right, Clarissa says.
He does it very kind of rushed and haphazardly, kind of blushing as he's talking to you.
Clarissa says something about we should probably go check in on our friend and stuff. Yeah, it just kind of walked out the door.
All right, Clarissa walks out the door. Ryven, as you're keeping an eye out, you're keeping an eye out for anything among that fits under that description. At the moment, you don't really see or notice anybody that is fitting this. You're pretty safe.
Just a relief. It's something I would do.
I get it. No, it's definitely a town. It's about 2,000, 3,000 people large. You are correct right there. No, you're good. Okay. Let's see. Karma, what are you doing tonight?
Karma, he gets the cheap bottle of wine and he slinks out the door. And actually, you said that some of the merchants are still up, correct?
As you were walking back towards the tankard, they were up. As you walk out the door, you notice that the sun has fully set. The sun has fully set. The moon has begun to rise. There's not a ton of activity going on. The most activity that's happening at the moment is in the tankard or at one of the other establishments around the town of Loudwater. There's always, obviously there's always the, you look down the road, most of it's kind of evening lighting. just kind of lights and candles, light coming from different windows. You do notice that farther down the road, almost reaching the halfway point of the town, there is one establishment that has a bunch of women and men just standing in front of it, all relatively scantily clad, just trying to pull in any customers that they might for the evening.
Gotcha. All right. Well, then I'm gonna slink off mysteriously.
All right, you slink off into the shadows. You can go ahead and make a stealth roll just for general stealth for the evening.
For shits and gigs.
Yeah, sure, we can call it that.
Okay, that is Hang on. 14 plus. I think it's plus 2.
Sounds right.
15, whatever.
Okay, you manage to, after kind of dodging through the town, you're able to very much pull and kind of go off and be stealthy and do what you need to do throughout the evening. Salix, what are you doing tonight?
Are there any temples or places of worship in the town?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation check.
Yep.
Can I do a religion check?
Nope, this would be an investigation check.
Okay. That's a 6.
Excellent.
Asking around, there's 2 temples in the town. One of them is to Melora, and the goddess of primarily harvest and just the wilderness in general as well. God damn, I am very unprepared tonight. I feel bad about this shit. There we go. That's the most that's the closest one. There's a few other temples to there's one temple to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, as there is in most areas of Zebros. And there is one other one.
Bahamut is the god of
life in this pantheon, and one of them in this pantheon. He's and then you have the temple to Melora, are the 2 that most people point you in the direction of. As you're talking and asking around the tavern. Although you get some funny looks of why would you need to go to a tavern or a temple at the evening or this evening.
Okay. I say farewell to my companions for now, and head off to the temple of Bahamut.
Bahamut.
Yep. See ya.
Okay, you head off.
Be back later.
You head off. You approach the temple of Bahamut. Doors are shut at the moment. There appears to be some lighting from inside. That's what you see as you walk up to it.
Okay. Is there a courtyard on the side?
There's a small courtyard off to your right. There's the gates are open. As you walk in, it's a kind of square courtyard about 20 feet across. That is right next to the side of the stone temple. There are some benches that are in that area. You gather it's for the normal religious practice of praying and offering and just meditating. At the very center, there is a small pool of water that is held in a basin. That's about 3 or 4 feet across.
Okay. Can I get into this courtyard?
Yep, you just walk right in. It seems to be a place for the public just to kind of come in anytime they need.
Bench pensively for a while.
Okay. All right. Tyrion, you already told me what you're doing this evening. Thangart, what are you doing this evening?
I order some food and drink and find a table close to the other party members.
Just me right now.
It's currently just Tyrion.
Yeah, I kind of nod at him as I walk by, but go to another area, quiet area near him.
Okay. Cool.
I
There's
thought I
not-
said
got
that.
that
I was
for
gonna
now.
go sit with Tyrion there.
Okay, yeah. So it's currently Riven and Tyrion are currently
Yeah,
just
I
sitting,
thought I'd mention
enjoying
that after I
enjoying
looked
some
around.
drinks, enjoying some food, at the moment in time. All right. All right. All right. Clarissa, you headed off. Actually, back up to Matrim. Matrim, what were you doing? You
I grabbed paid for a room, grabbed a drink at the bar, and headed over to the table to join everyone else.
okay? So it's Matrim, Raven. So it's Matrim, Raven, and Tyrion all sitting at the table. Thangard sitting close by. Clarissa, you headed off into the evening.
Yeah, she's looking for a hot meal, even though there's food at the inn. If you catch
It's more like a snack, but you know.
my.
Tut.
Fair enough.
So what are you trying to accomplish as you're walking around the town at this point in time?
Just trying to find her way back towards like the barracks in air quotes. Guessing that's where Gregory will be.
Okay. You walk around. Do you try to stop anyone, or are you just trying to find different... Just look at different things? What are you trying to do?
She's just being her normal curious self, like looking at anything that looks even remotely technological or magical.
Okay.
Do I see anything like that?
Walking around the town, it's kind of just your normal mundane town. You find some very interesting... statues that are just there. You see some different signs. Nothing technological or anything that's really in this town. This is a very kind of simple town. It's more of a more of just a trading, more of a big trading town. Most of the stuff that would be technological or something along those lines would have been stowed away for the evening as the shops were closing up.
Okay.
As you're looking for the barracks, you walk up to a few places that you think might be them. You knock on the door, and there's some very interesting individuals who just kind of give you this quizzical look of why is there a random gnome knocking at my door at such a late hour of the evening time. None of them appear to be the barracks.
Okay. I guess she will just look for a guard. Then see if there's like a guard wandering around or something. Somebody she can go ask.
Okay. You walk up to... by this time, you've made your way kind of just almost in a giant circle around the the tankard at this point. You find your way back to the western gate, which is the one that you just entered from, and you find two guards who are kind of just walking back and forth just in that general vicinity of around that western gate. They're once again off to the right-hand side of the western gate. There was that guard shack that was sitting there. So you walk up to them.
Hello, brave guards of this wonderful, non-technologically advanced human town. I am hoping to find your barracks to talk to a friend. Yes.
One of the guards kind of looks down at you and chuckles a little bit and says, "If this town had barracks, we wouldn't need our own homes. We are just a citizens patrol. That's all we really ever do around here. At the evening times, we go about our business and go back to our homes and our families and our loved ones."
Well, I'm a little confused because your captain, the rather cranky fellow with the red hair, said that you had a barracks, and I've been there. I just can't remember how to get back.
You actually haven't been to the barracks. You've been inside the guard post that is off to your left.
Oh, I thought we went inside the barracks.
Nope, that was just a
They
guard.
call it a barracks.
It was just. Oh, did I call it a barracks? It's
Yeah.
just technically a guard post. I apologize. It was my fault.
Well,
Village.
I remember it was near where Mr. Cranky Pants was staying. Can you maybe direct me to your captain?
The guard looks down at you and says, I can't guarantee he'll be happy to see you at this time of night."
Oh, come on, everybody's happy to see me. I'm a wonderful magician.
God.
The guard rolls his eyes at you. He
Okay,
make a persuasion roll as well.
All right. Okay, and I think persuasion is charisma 15.
The guard points you in a direction off, pretty much back towards the very center of town, and says, "He lives in the very center of town. If you walk to our square, it's the third building on your right."
Okay, thank you for the assistance. Would you like to see a magic trick before I go? Yes, magic.
Can't end well.
The guard rolls his eyes again and continues walking in his general pattern that he has been for the past few hours.
She just kind of heroics
Just
at him
ignoring
loudly
you.
enough for him to hear it, and then heads off towards the house he indicated.
Okay, you make your way back down towards that area. Raven, you're still sitting at the bar. Karma doing anything else at this point?
I'm just kind of going around investigating the town, doing stuff.
Okay.
Nothing important.
All right, Salix. Your thingamajig's still going on. Tyrion, you're still eating. Thangard, still eating.
Oh, Jesus
all right,
Christ.
All right, Clarissa, you make it back to. All right, Clarissa, you make it to the center of town. You walk up to what appears to be a fairly kind of squished in between, almost like a building that looks like it was almost squished in between the two buildings on either side of it. It's a two-story building. There's a door. There's a door at the very front, kind of just a general wooden door. Looking at it, there appears to be no light. Appears to be no light coming from any of the windows. All the shutters are closed at this point in time.
Okay, well, is there any sort of sign or signage or anything indicating that somebody semi-important lives here? Or is it-
There is no sign.
Okay.
It just looks like a general building at this point.
All right, so she's gonna walk up to the door and then like kind of make a face before knocking, and then I'm gonna try to use prestidigitation to make a trumpet sound at the door.
All right. Oh God, that's good. Okay, so unfortunately, there's not really anything you need to roll for that. As you walk up, you're knocking and making the trumpet sound. Is that what you're doing?
Just making the trumpet sound.
Okay, you walk up to the door. You make this giant trumpet sound, and the lights. You wait a good solid like maybe minute. The lights there appears to be like candle lights and things that flicker, not flicker, but kind of pop into existence on the from the houses on either side of you. The house in front of you, there's one head that one of the upper windows shutters gets slammed open, and looking up, you can see this gentleman in a very wearing nothing from the waist up, from what you can tell, shouts out and says, "Who's making that infernal racket?"
It is your friend, the wonderful Clarissa the Magician.
Who?
Oh wait, you're I can't quite see your hair. Are you the guard captain with the red hair and the grumpiness?
Who else do you expect lives here? Hold on a moment.
That sounds more like you.
Oh, hold on a moment. You wait a minute. You wait another minute. After the third minute, you kind of start to expect the fact that this individual is not coming down the stairs. Just as you're about to turn away and walk, the door slams open, and standing in front of you is a very, like, now wearing a shirt, and is a very disgruntled and annoyed-looking God, I already forgot the guy's name. Damn, I'm doing bad tonight. Edmund, standing in front of you. His hair is it's kind of all over the place right now. His beard, it looks like it hasn't really been kept that much. And he's standing there and saying, "What do you want, gnome?"
She kind of does a bow before him and is like, I wanted to deliver my after-action report that we made your goblin problem disappear.
Let's cut him wait till morning.
No, I thought you would want to know. It's very exciting, right? Aren't you excited? Yay, yay, yay. Yes?
I wanted to sleep tonight without being interrupted by little gnomes.
Oh, but who can sleep with the menace of goblins creeping into your bed and tearing out your guts with their dirty feet? Yes?
I can. At which point he turns around and slams the door behind him and walks back up the stairs. Walks back up to his room.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
No, wait.
All right, Tyrion, got it.
Corsa just kind of sits there and pouts for a minute, and then makes the trumpet sound again.
Again. At this point, you start hearing from other houses. Who's making that infernal racket? I don't know, but they should get arrested. What is happening out there? We under attack again? It's getting. You're starting to not only annoy the person who lives here, but other individuals. The door in front of you slams open again, like pretty much in like a good solid minute after you have blow the trumpet sound again, and at this point, Edmund looks at you, and he is. Somebody left. What happened?
What? Sorry, I slipped away for just a split second.
We lost Thangart's audio, or
Yeah, that was my question. Who do we lose?
Thangart.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can get him back.
No, I stepped away for a second. I heard my name.
Yep. So Edmund, looking very, very disheveled at this point and very grumpy, bends down to your level at this point and says, "If you don't let me get my sleep,
Yes.
you are going to end up in our prison here."
I'm sure you haven't got a cell small enough for me. Anyway, you can sleep in just a minute. I just need to know where I can find young Gregory. He was very, very brave and helped us out very much. You should be more appreciative of him.
He doesn't even answer the question. He is beyond annoyed at this point that he just turns around, walks back in his house, and just leaves you on the front step. Just leaves you on the front step once again.
She's just gonna kind of exasperatedly sigh and walk away. But before she leaves the street, I'm gonna try to use my my magical powers of magic tricks to try to imitate his voice shouting very loudly directly at his neighbors' houses.
All right. Go ahead and make.
Just roll like a to hit spell roll.
Yeah, roll a d20. I'll let you know if you need to add anything to that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh god. This is
That doesn't sound fun.
natural one.
Don't even need to worry about it. All right. As you are gathering the arcane energy inside you, roll 2d10s real quick,
Oh god.
because that's always, I love it when this stuff happens.
I knew this was gonna happen.
TJ 17, and then it all fell down.
43.
43.
But that is
Trying to find the page.
oh, okay. That's exciting.
Wizards.
104.
Warlock. Thank you. 104, really?
Yep. In the player's handbook, anyway.
6. Oh, I was keep bringing right to it. Thank you. 43. For the next minute, you can teleport. Okay, interesting. Okay. Okay, so,
Vanguard, are you back?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, Vanguard's back, cool. So, as you're gathering the arcane energy up inside of you, you go to shout, and all of a sudden you feel something happen odd to your body, and your body goes out of existence, and then pops back up randomly, and you shout out, "You buttholes! Why are you sleeping at a time like this?" in your own voice. This is not even anywhere close to attempting, you're attempting to mimic, but it's still very much a female gnome's voice. As you look up and finish yelling this, you realize that you are standing in his house. At the top of the stairs, directly behind where he is currently trying to get into bed. At which point Edmund turns around and he reaches into reaches inside to like his little side table that he has sitting right by his bed. Reaches into a drawer, grabs something, walks over to you, slams on 2 manacles onto your wrists to keep you from going anywhere, and begins dragging you out the door in the direction of the jail cell, in the direction of what you can assume is the way to their jail.
Can I attempt to use my newfound powers of teleportation to just warp it from him? As all of this is transpiring, Robin Karma, you're doing your random stuff that you normally do at evening time. Salix.
I was watching this transpire, but I'm not interfering.
Okay, so you're just being stealthy, watching. As you're wandering around the town doing your normal stuff, you find yourself watching this odd little gnome that you've been traveling with. Kind of seems to just poke a bear that you're very confused on why she would attempt to do something in the middle of the night, like this. Just letting you just let it happen. You see her start to yell and out of existence right inside the house. Salix, how's your meditation and stuff going? Anything different?
Am I near enough? Am I muted? Can you hear me? Okay. Am I near enough to this building to hear this commotion happening?
You're more in the northeastern side of town. This is, or not the northeastern. You're more in the northwestern side of town. This is pretty much like, so if you were to draw it into, you're more in the northwestern side of town. This is more kind of directly at the very western, middle area of town. You're a little far away to hear this. Okay. You've been working on praying and stuff.
Finish my meditation. I go up to the pool of water in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging around in my pack for some incense, and instead this medallion falls out, and I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. Pick it up, and I look at it, and I decide against finishing whatever it is I was doing, and I pick up the coin and flip between my fingers as I walk down the street back towards the bar, or towards the inn.
Okay. All right. I'm checking one thing real quick. Okay. You pick up, you kind of gather your things, you place the coin, kind of, or you're just flipping the coin back and forth, like between your fingers?
Yeah.
Okay. Just flipping your coin back and choice between your fingers, you make your way back to the tavern, and are once getting greeted by the smell and the rowdiness. It is starting to calm down a little bit as the night is waning on at this point.
So I come back to the inn. Who do I see is in the common room?
You see an elf standing up, going, "More wine,"
Yep.
holding an empty glass.
Currently, it is Matram, Riven, Tyrion, and Thangart who are all in the in the tavern, and you see Tyrion just holding up a glass and pretty much demanding more wine at this point. You get the feeling that he's probably, as you're looking at him, you see that he has currently gone through about 3 of those elven bottles that he bought at the very beginning.
Bottles?
Bottles.
3 bottles deep. Bring it.
You're
I
3 bottles.
that, but bring it. I'll even pony up the gold for that because that's awesome. Let's
You're
fish
well.
it.
I was gonna say you're 3 bottles deep. You're also an
How
elf.
long did that take?
This has been like Clarissa's been wandering around the town for a good solid like hour and a half before she even got to the actual guy's house.
I
at
did
that
not
point.
realize this. 3 bottles deep.
So you're about
Okay.
3 bottles deep, and you're also an elf, so alcohol doesn't affect you as it would normally affect a human. It affects you a little slower. You after the first bottle, you like it's basically as you're drinking 1 bottle, it's an equivalent to a normal human. It's equivalent to drinking about 5 or 6 shots within about 20 minutes. Based over a course of that time, so. Hopefully that works out.
5 or 6 shots in 20 minutes? Have you ever done 6 shots in 20 minutes? Because let me tell
Yes.
Yes, I have. It's not a pleasant experience. That is what
We've
that is
done
what it.
that before.
I was gonna say that is what it should have got or would have got you
Oh,
to
yeah, that's
about
right.
that to about where you're at the moment.
Ron, have you ever done that?
Getting
Yeah.
thrashed.
It's
Ron did
rough.
way more than that, baby.
Okay. All right. So Salix, you make your way back to the tavern. Anything else you're doing as you're?
I see him walk at the door, and I just sort of wave him over, smiling. 'Cause
Okay,
I feel
I'll head up to the table.
good. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Clarissa. At this point, Salix, Tyrion, Thangart. Okay, we're back up to say. Okay. All right, Clarissa.
Oh, Thangart's actually gonna
Oh, Thangart, what are you doing?
wander. He's gonna finish his food and wander outside. He's searching for a quiet area where there happens to be a wagon.
Sorry, one more time. Where to what?
He's just looking for a wagon in a quiet area.
A wagon in a.
Wagon.
Are you sleeping in a wagon?
Oh boy.
That's what we found the first night.
This
That's
is
true.
fantastic. That's true. Okay. Walking outside, you look up and down the street. There appear to be no wagons available. If you walk, like as you kind of start walking around and exploring the town, you start glancing down a few different alleyways. There appears to be a few areas there where like there's bales of hay, where there's maybe like some barrels and things. Nothing that really looks as though it's going to be a good sleeping quarter.
Are there
Maybe
any
maybe
like
some of the-
vendor stalls?
all the vendor stalls have been either pulled back away. You'd have to probably travel closer to the center of town in order to find those. If that's the direction you want to go, you can.
Yeah, he'll lean up against the nearest
Okay. You
whatever object you think
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay, so as you make your way towards the center of town, you walk and there's this like you pass a few people on your way there. You pass the brothel that Karma saw earlier. There's a few of them tried to wave you in and try to get you to come in for the evening. As you decline, you walk into this kind of very open area, this very open square. There's a fountain in the middle of it that appears to still be shooting off water. There's a few, maybe like 5 or 6 vendor wagons that have currently been kind of all the goods have been pulled off, but they're there. They're still sitting in the square, and kind of almost a circle around, around the circle, the circle square area. If that makes any sense. And you just lean up against one and go to bed.
Yep.
Okay, you lean up against one, and that's all for the evening. Okay. Okay. This brings us back to Clarissa. Clarissa.
There's a-
Okay,
Try-
you have been dragged from your from Edmund's house all the way across town to the southern edge and to the southern edge to a building that you haven't been to before. This building appears to be what you can gather the central headquarters for the patrol. It's a very wide building. It's only one story. Edmund brings you in there, and you see that he leads you through the main fort, into the main room, down some stairs that are off to the side, and throws you into one of 6 5 by 5 cells, or sorry, 5 by 7 cells that they have you in, that they have in the bottom or down within this lower level of the patrol headquarters.
While he's doing this, she's going to be shouting, "Look, mister, I don't want to hurt you. You don't know who I am. You can't do this to me. I saved your stupid little town."
He, as you're shouting these things and making your way through the middle of the square, he gives you a sideways glance and says, "Look, there is no reason to be interrupting somebody while they're sleeping. It's best." Continues as he continues pulling you. You continue protesting. You make your way to the. He pulls you into. As he's throwing you into the cell, he actually walks over and takes your manacles and attaches another chain, which is attached to the ground, and walks out of the cell, and ends up pretty much leaving you there for the evening, extinguishing all the candles in the area, and you hear this as the door closes upstairs. You get the feeling he's going back to his house so he can sleep.
She's just going to kind of sigh sadly and just kind of slump on the ground, somewhat defeated.
All right. So Clarissa is currently in jail for the evening.
We have no way of knowing this gnome is.
You have
do we?
no way of knowing this at the moment in time.
Karma's been following.
Well, Karma does.
Karma, you are currently the only one who is aware of this at the moment in time. You have been. What have you been doing as this is progressing?
Is there any sort of a cell window on where she is?
Not that you can see. It's a very one-level building, and as you approach, you see Edmund walk out of the door, mumbling to himself about stupid little gnomes, and just kind of mumbling himself as he walks and heads back towards the center of town, towards his house. Looking at this building, it's a very simple one-story building. There appears to be 2 or 3 windows that look into it. All the shutters are currently closed, and the main door is closed as well.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of shake my head and head back towards the end.
Okay. All right. You make your way back towards the inn. You enter the inn. At this point, everyone else has either begun heading back up to their rooms for the evening to sleep, or is still finishing up a few drinks here and there.
Is the bar area quieting down?
Bar area is becoming fairly quiet. Marsh is still happily serving you drinks as you are returning customers and continuing to pay him gold, but he's getting a little tired. It's currently approaching about. You're probably approaching about 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning at this point.
I'm going to go and ask for a room and head to bed.
Marsh looks at you and says, we still have your room available.
I'll take it.
Hands you the key. 10 gold for the evening. So. All right, so Carmen flips off or heads on upstairs. Matrim, you headed upstairs. As time progresses, everyone heads up to their respective rooms, gets a good night.
Can I get a room? I don't have a room from before.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, just
Yeah.
He's
Mar-
sleeping
yeah,
in
you
the
walk up,
hallway.
I was about to say you walk up to Marsh. You walk up to Marsh. You get a room as well.
Okay.
He's able to give you one. It's 10 gold coins for the evening.
I know we mentioned this before, but well, I mentioned this to you, but before I go to sleep, I want to meditate for 30 minutes.
Yep, you're fine.
Okay.
You do your meditation. Everyone does everything that they need to do and prepare for the next day. You awake. Probably around around 9 or 10 in the morning. Tyrion, you wake up a little bit later than everyone else.
Dude, I don't sleep.
Oh, that's right. You just kind of go and do your meditation thingy.
I do my meditation thing for 4 hours, and I'm like,
You're fine.
fine.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. All right.
I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we should be meditation buddies.
We can do that. It'd be weird for me, 'cause
Meditation
I'm like
buddies.
aware of everything going on around me.
No, I don't think I
be
am
like
when I do it.
aware of you meditating while I'm.
It's more of like a waking dreams
It's
type
a
thing.
trance
Is
thing, yeah.
like it's more of like a trance and more of like a waking. Like you're like at like even though you're aware of your surroundings, your subconscious and even some of your actual consciousness is still having and going through all and it's still like doing more of like seeing different dreams, seeing different visions of what possibly could be, what has been, and different things along those lines.
Basically, I trip balls every night for like 4 hours.
It's
and then I
kind of
wake up
ridiculous.
Totally 100% okay.
It's kind of
No
ridiculous. Yeah.
hangover, no nothing. I'm good to go. So I'm gonna wait till I see the group gathering together. And where's the gnome?
All right.
Anyone? We
I was about to say
missing a
everyone.
gnome.
Everyone meets back down in the
don't
main
know.
common hall in the morning.
First of all,
except
everyone
for,
look down. It's easy to miss them.
Except
Check
for
down?
Clarissa,
Check
who is
down?
currently.
Okay. Where is the gnome?
yeah.
I'm very
Carmen's-
good. The gnome is my friend. I'm very concerned that she has not come.
Karma speaks up and says that she got kind of what was was coming towards her last night. She got locked up in a cell
Locked up? Who did this?
just for the night. It was that asshole king of the or not king of the guard, but the guard captain.
King of the guard. That would just be called a king.
The king of the gods.
That would just be called the king.
She was making a incredible ruckus, waking up lots of homes across the street, and she got locked up for the night.
And they threw her in jail for that? We need to go fix this. And
Prison
then I'm
break?
going to see Lady Moonfire. So
We should go talk to Edmund.
Prison break?
I am heading right to. Where are they keeping her? I asked Karma.
Oh,
I don't know.
they're keeping her in the Central Watch building.
Well, that's where I'm headed.
Okay.
I'll lead the way.
Okay, then I follow him towards the Central Watch like immediately. I do let everyone know I'm going to Lady Moonfire's afterwards, but this is my #1 priority. Let's get to the jail.
All right.
So I lead him there, and then I say, "This is the building," and then I kind of just stand back. I don't give a fuck.
Riven,
I'm going right in there.
attuning is basically just kind of being around it. I'm putting it in your journal at the moment. So save changes. So this is the sword that you found.
Alright,
should be in your
cool.
journal.
I was just looking at my stuff, going to go take off 10 gold, and I totally remembered that I had that now.
Yep. So it should be in your journal. You should be able to see
Yep,
what it is.
I see it. Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this.
Okay, so Tyrion and Karma, you guys approach the jail. Is anyone else? What is everyone else doing? Is everyone else kind of just hanging back? Are you following?
I'm
Cyrus is
I'm just questioning to the world prison break as I follow them.
Okay.
I like prison breaks.
Let us, Salix says, let's explore our diplomatic options first, but let's do this quickly.
Okay.
Prison break.
Matchroom's muttering anarchy, anarchy as
No, I'm not trying to instigate a prison break. I'm just trying to get there so we can sort this out as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go talk to whoever's on duty.
Okay. As you approach, as you
I would
approach
like
the,
my gnome friend released immediately. I'm not making it.
Yeah, prison break.
so as the party approaches, you walk through the center of town, and you look off to the side, and you see Thangard currently just leaning against, kind of slumped over, leaning against one of the carts, snoring quite loudly. That it's just it's just echoing all around the main square. There's a merchant who is standing over him, saying, "Oi, dwarf, get up! I need to." Starts and it's kind of yelling and grunting at him. Thangard, you are still sleeping, seemingly oblivious to this. He starts kind of nudging you with his foot, trying to get you to wake up. You topple over, still completely asleep.
Yeah. I'm a hard sleeper.
Yeah, pretty hard.
Heyo.
Are you guys gonna do anything, or are you just gonna keep heading to the jail, or are you just
walked
gonna?
in and I said I demand that my dwarf friend. Be
No. You
my
get this.
gnome
This
friend
is
be
as you
released.
guys are still on the way to the actual prison.
Oh,
So as your party is passing through the center of the town of Loudwater, you see this happening, and this is before you even reach the jail.
Okay, so we see the guy talking to the dwarf who just.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
gonna go over and sort of try and check for vitals. Oh, he's snoring. Just gonna sort of shake him and see if I can't get him to wake up, because that was concerning.
All right.
I'm in a hurry though, so I just brush that
Tyrion,
other guard
Tyrion,
aside.
maybe you should poke him with your javelin.
With my yeah, that's my the pointy end,
Nah, maybe the blunt end.
the blunt end. All right, I'll poke him with the blunt end of my right in the face. Just poke him with the blunt end of
What
my.
the hell,
gun.
you bastard?
Oh, you're awake now. Okay.
Yep. As you begin to start poking him in the face, he pushes up, swats at it with his hand. You keep poking, and he finally wakes up and says, "What do you want, you bastard?"
Salix kneels down next. Can I kneel down next to him and speak?
Go for
I
it.
don't want to go out of order.
Yeah, go for it.
Thangard, Clarissa has been arrested last night. We're going to go deal with that right now and go speak to Lady Moonfire for our reward. Would you
Alright,
like
I'll
to come
join
along?
you.
To this? I thought you'd like to, come along.
I'll join you.
All right, you guys, now full party, except for Clarissa, walk over towards the, make your way with Karma leading to the jail cell, or to the jail. You walk in the door. It is currently unlocked. Looking around, there's a few individuals in here. There's a blonde-haired man who's currently leaning against. Currently sitting down at one of the tables, enjoying his morning meal. Off to your right-hand side, there's another individual who you recognize as Edmund, who appears to be still very much in a fume this morning, as he did not quite get as much rest as he was expecting to last night, and is filling out some paperwork, and getting. Just very furiously writing and scribbling something on a very long sheet of parchment.
I'm gonna walk up to him. Where is the gnome?
He looks up at you and says, "She's in the jail. She's in the prison, or she's in the cell underneath downstairs.
When will she be released?
Soon as somebody comes to pay her fine."
What is the
Salix-
fine? Okay, continue.
And Salix put his hand on Tyrion's shoulder and kind of get his attention for a sec.
Yeah.
You have my attention.
So Salix speaks to Edmund and says, "And why would the gnome have been put in jail since this last evening?"
She was disturbing the public peace.
How is she disturbing the public peace?
She was making quite a loud ruckus outside many a citizen's home last night.
Well, that sounds about right.
And then she had the atrocity to barge into my house and make the same obnoxious sound right in front of my bedroom. So on top of the public indecency, basically, she also is being charged with breaking and entering.
Well, okay, so perhaps we
Yes, Audacity. Enjoy.
perhaps we could work this out. Since yesterday, you probably will find that you will no longer have any problems with the goblins. And
At this point, he kind of perks up a little bit, and is like, "Oh, that's right. You're the ones who went in search of destroying the goblins. Well, you're not dead."
Well, you can ask Gregory. We found the ruins and we went inside and cleared them all out. In fact, Clarissa was instrumental in taking care of this problem.
Gregory told me about your return last night, right before he scampered off home this last evening. And then this little gnome decided to show up in the middle of the night and tell me as well. I'm aware that you're needing payment that you're supposed to go see Lady Moonfire for.
Perhaps we could come to an agreement here and take care of this problem right here. So long as we promise that she won't cause you any more problems for the rest of her stay, which won't be very much longer.
Make a persuasion roll.
Nice.
Let's see, persuasion.
That sounded like a 20.
Suck it, 22.
Holy shit.
Edmund puts his head in his hand and says, "Well, if you're here to get her out, and if you can promise to keep her from disturbing the public peace anymore, I'll let her go for a lower fee than she would have had to pay, say 25 gold.
I shove 25 gold in his hand and just say, fine, bring us the gnome.
Okay. Edmund takes the gold, puts it, kind of pulls it into a small coin pouch, says, "Oi, you!" The other blonde-haired guard sitting at the table kind of startles and jumps up and says, as Edmund says, "Go get the gnome!" Blonde guy rushes downstairs. About 2 minutes later, you see Clarissa walking up the stairs, rubbing her wrists, looking like she got some rest, but is definitely had a very unfitful night of sleep last night.
As soon as she sees her friend, she just kind of starts babbling, like, "Oh my God, you don't know how happy I am to see you. You have no idea how barbaric these humans were. Did you know humans were this barbaric? We don't lock people away in the middle of the night and chain them up in Gadget Peak. This is ridiculous. Blah 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 blah."
Salix quickly whisks her out the door.
Alright,
Make a strength check.
Okay.
It won't be a very hard strength.
It won't be. You'll be fine.
she's a gnome.
16?
Yeah, as Clarissa starts babbling, and right before she says the word barbarian, you grab her around the waist and just run out the door. Okay.
Now that this is settled, I say we head and talk to Lady Moonfire.
Does anyone need to stop in town and sell and or buy stuff before we leave town again?
I have no interest in this. I'm going straight to Lady Moonfire. I've already been delayed enough.
I'm considering burning the town down, but I suppose complaining to the mayor will do.
Well, I'm going to have to ask Clarissa to come with me, get as far away from the very flammable, primarily wooden town, from what I can understand of it, and go visit Lady Moonfire.
That sounds like a smart idea.
Karma says agreed we should go visit Lady Moonfire. However, this is an aside to Shadow.
Oh, damn.
Just because I
Whisper.
don't know.
What's a shadow?
Go whisper.
Yeah, no. Hashtag whisper. Hashtag, no, backslash.
/W.
Slash WGM.
So /W.
GM.
GM, and then whatever you type just goes straight to.
Straight to me, and I'll read it.
Because I bugged the shit out of him with those, I'm sure.
Well, I don't care if anybody hears this. Like, I just don't know about D&D. Like, can you buy better weapons than what you have currently?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can. It's
Yeah, you
just
gotta
that
go see what the
they're-
shops have.
You gotta see what the shops have, though, and
Don't
see-
suggestion. Don't do it now because we probably can't afford anything that you want anyways.
Yeah,
More than likely.
that's what I was thinking too. So
Yeah.
I was just curious, but yeah,
Yeah, there's,
I say let's go see Lady Moonfire.
I was gonna say yes. There are
You
general
guys are
shops that
keeping
are
me from
around.
talking to a very attractive half-elf lady, and I'm just booking it. I'm going. I'm going.
So as you leave the prison and the main guard headquarters, you are currently situated at the very not at the very southern tip, but at the southern end of the town. You make your way back towards the middle, through the main plaza, which is now starting to gain a fair amount of people in it as people are coming here to trade, as people are coming here for their daily business that they are working through. You head east out along the eastern road, and head out through the eastern gate. As you are walking out the eastern gate, you kind of realize that you just know that Lady Moonfire's estate is out that way. You're not 100% sure where, though.
Oh, gotta go, guys. Pizza.
Food.
Pizza.
And this Ambrosian pizza must be freaking delicious.
Dude, I was starving, and I was like, I need something to eat tonight. So. Okay. So you guys walking out the gate and just heading east? What are you doing?
There can't be that many estates out there.
Fair.
Look
Yeah,
at the
didn't
rest
she tell us where she lives? Like,
Yeah, she said to the east.
I would like to think that given
Okay. That's
how
fair.
nicely I talked to her, she gave me directions. Like,
Okay. As so following Tyrion's yeah, that's fine. So following
I
Tyrion's
am
directions
following
that
my
he is
point-ear radar. It's
that
infallible. Let me tell you.
that he is strongly remembering from it's not the only radar he's following either. You walk out the eastern gate, and as you walk out, whereas walking out the western gate, you were met with a lot of very dense forest. Walking out the eastern gate, you see that this land is a lot more flat, more kind of a hilly way. You make your way out about 15 minutes, and Star Mountain is rising up a little bit more towards your left hand side. You follow the Loudwater River a little bit more, and eventually come across a very well built 2 to 3 story building that appears on the road in front of you. Not directly in front of you, but it just kind of off to the left hand side, situated relatively kind of on one of the hillsides of the foothills of Star Mountain. As you walk up, you notice a small gate in front of it. A portly gentleman, relatively balding at this point, kind of straightens up as your party approaches the gate, and says, "Oh, hello there. How may I be of service?"
We're here to speak to Lady Moonfire.
Oh yes, she said that you might be, that some of your band might be wandering this way sometime in the next few days. What is your business with her today?
We have taken care of the goblin problem.
Oh
Here to
yes,
speak to her.
our goblin problem that we've had to deal with as of late. One moment, please. At which point he walks into a little shack, like a small little shack off to your right hand side, and you hear him kind of chattering around and chatting away for a moment before he walks out and says, "Yes, Lady Moonfire will see you now," and opens the gate for you. The gate, the iron gate, he pulls open, and you guys walk up this good solid, about 1/8 of a mile long stretch that leads up to her estate. Her house is about 3 stories tall. It is made entirely of, or is made out of logs and like logs and very very nice looking wood. There's a wraparound porch that goes around the very bottom level of it. As you ascend the stairs to it, you knock on the door, and the door opens, and standing in front of you is Lady Moonfire, as she has been awaiting your presence. Ah, you've returned. Good. Come on in. Come in. And she invites you into her house. Walking you into this grand foyer area that has doors branching off and a staircase leading up to the other floors. This foyer area does actually ascends all the way up to the 3rd story. So looking up, you can see this nice chandelier that has been hanging from the ceiling. Down, giving light into this area. She walks you through the foyer into the main common area, where there are chairs and couches and different amenities to sit upon. She takes her plate. She walks over to one of the chairs and says, "Please, have a seat, so we may discuss why you are here and our business." And she has a seat in one of the high-back chairs that is sitting in this main common room.
Fantastic. I am going to sit in the nearest chair / not awkward sitting location.
And bang with your eyes.
Oh yeah.
Karma's gonna remain standing and kind of like in the doorway.
Okay, Karmas. All right. So as Tyrion takes his seat off to her left, Karma remains standing, kind of just slouching against the doorway.
My lady, the goblins have been slain. They will bother you no more.
That is very good news to hear. That is very good news to hear. Oh, which reminds me, and she reaches over towards a little table a small round table that is currently right next to her chair, and opens up a small little ornate chest that's just sitting on the top of it, and pulls out 3 bags of that seem to clanging kind of clatter as she pulls them out, and she tosses 3 bags of gold at you, Tyrion, and she says, the standing bounty for our goblin problem was 3,500 gold pieces, which you may divide evenly amongst yourselves.
Take it back. We can now afford to buy new weapons.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put that on the back burner. I'm just going to put the bags off,
And
like next to me,
okay,
and say, that is most generous. However, we know this is not your only problem. I
Okay.
gave you my word I would aid you in finding the missing children, and I am here to assist you with that now.
at which point she kind of perks up a little bit and says, "You have news. You have news of my daughter."
I'm sorry, my lady, we have no news. However, we wish to begin focusing on this as soon as possible, so any information that you may have as to where we could start would be most helpful.
Well, this is a fairly recent crime that has been plaguing our town. Unfortunately, the normal culprits who we would expect of this have already been cleared and absolved of being participants within this current crime. The only one that seemed to give us any form of trouble was that we could not seem to really locate or really get in touch with was the main local, what the citizens call their crime lord, the Lady of Shadows. We have been unable to locate her to interrogate her about this current ring that has popped up.
Is it likely she's responsible?
It's possible, but if she is the one around this area that if there's something illegal going on, she is the one who would either know about it or who has some hand in it.
All right.
Karma perks up at that and asks where, if any, she knows where any leads might be where he could speak with this Lady of Shadows.
I haven't a clue. We have tried to. Our local patrol has tried to find her and bring her to justice many times, but every time she is either not with the ones committing the crime or she is not around. She doesn't appear to have a base of operations within the town of Loudwater, at least none that we've been able to find.
Does she? Has anyone actually seen her before, or have they only heard about her?
Anyone that has seen her is currently dead.
Okay.
But
Good sign.
at least any civilian. There appears to be a few individuals that know of her and who work for her that have been giving local businesses quite some problems recently.
Do you know their names?
Unfortunately not. I'm not as well informed living outside of the city or the town as I do. But if you talk to some of the local shop owners, you might be able to gain some information of who these individuals are.
Does Loudwater have like a beggars district or a place where they might gather?
If you're talking about if you're talking about down closer by the docks, it's possible that we have a few beggars down there, but Loudwater primarily is merchants and people who are traveling through. It's not a very large establishment of beggars around these parts.
My lady, which merchant would you say has suffered the most trouble and would have the most information as to where we can get started on this line of inquiry?
Most of the merchants have some dealings with the Lady of Shadows associates, but there has been news that has reached me from my niece that a lady named Kala, one of the store owners in the town, she runs a general store, has been recently avoiding giving and paying protection fees to the Lady of Shadows, from what I can tell, and it has not been going well for her.
At this point, Karma looks towards the group, and especially Tyrion, and says the brothel may have several leads as well.
Oh my.
Larissa, who has just kind of been pouting in a chair, kind of perks up at that and is like, "Ooh, I've heard of those places. That sounds better than a jail cell."
Depends on what you're paying for. Wait, he did say brothel, right?
He said, Karma said brothel, yeah.
All right, yeah, definitely depends on what you're paying for. They do have some jail cell type rooms in those places. Fantastic. My lady, is there anything else you've heard? Perhaps rumors, perhaps fantastic things involving
How
these
long
children?
have children been,
or
or how long has this been going on for?
It's been fairly recent, about 4 or 5 weeks now. It was how long these children have been disappearing.
Do we know how many children have disappeared? And how many
I've
children are left in town?
I've spoken to about 40 families who have lost a child here, and they've all said that the children went to bed, and when they woke up next morning, the window was open and the children were gone.
Karma's going to speak up and say, "Thank you very much for your information, Lady Moonfire. Perhaps we all should leave." And he gives Tyrion a significant look, like not necessarily you. Because the group still doesn't know about her kid, right?
Nope.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
well, then you're not saying it because you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm pretty sure you just think I want to bang this lady. Which
Yeah, you do.
now you might not be wrong. Anyway, I'm close to her, so I'm just gonna whisper and say, I know this involves your daughter.
Well,
I
I was about to say the rest of the group can gather that her daughter has been one of these victims,
right?
because she did
I
ask
get
if
it.
you had any information. Because she did ask if you guys had any information
I'm not
about.
trying to keep. I'm trying to keep what I'm saying.
No, I'm just letting everyone else know
I
this.
don't want the people to. I'm trying to connect here. All right.
No, go for it.
My fucking elf magic.
Do your shit. Do you.
All right. I know this involves your daughter. No information, no rumor can be overlooked. I gave you my word I would help you in this endeavor. So please, if there's any information that you've left out that you can give me before we leave and investigate this Lady of Shadows, please tell me now. I'm laying it on. Alright, I got my elf eyes going, just killed some goblins. She knows I got money. She just gave me a lot of gold. So I got it all working for me right now.
Change.
She she looks at you and says, just through very doughy, just very doe eyes, and can almost as though she's just really wanting her daughter back. I've told you all I can.
Then I shall waste no more time. We will find this Lady of Shadows.
All right. I take it you guys. And so, what are you guys doing? You exiting?
Pick up and leave.
Yeah, pick up and leave and
Does anyone else have any other questions for her?
go
Anything
talk to
else?
this Kara.
Oh,
Matrim, Carissa.
wants to angrily storm up to her and complain about the town guard captain and his treatment of non-humans, perhaps suggesting that this town is composed of racists and that maybe she should complain to the Artisans Magical Guild and maybe we shouldn't do business here, and she just kind of goes on a little angry rant.
As you're ranting, as you're ranting about all of this, Lady Moonfire holds up a hand, which very gracefully, and it silences you for some odd reason. And she says, "I have already heard about the complaint from last evening. It was you who did enter without an invitation our captain of the guard's house and place of residence without his permission, and blew a very, very loud trumpet sound, which also awoke many of his neighbors. I'm sure that the Artisan Guild that works, especially the one from Gadget Peak, would probably not look kindly upon such a thing happening within their own realm either."
Yeah, but I didn't mean to invade his house. It just kind of happened.
At which point she bends down and says, "Gnome, it's all right. Just don't let it happen again."
She just kind of pouts a little bit and sighs and says, "You're pretty nice for a pointy ear," and then walks out.
Kind of as a parting thing, Karma says or asks what the general reputation of this Lady of Shadows is. If is she a Robin Hood type figure? Not that you would get that reference, but does she work?
She
does she work
looks
for
at
the
you
poor?
quizzically. She looks at you quizzically and says, "Robin Hood?"
What I mean is, does she do what she does for the poor, or does she only do it for her own benefit?
She says, to the best of my knowledge, she just does it for money and for profit.
Say thank you, Lady Moonfire. We shall be on our way.
Ryven, Salix, Thangard, any other questions?
I'm
any other
not
things you'd like to?
speaking. I don't know who she is. I don't know anything about her. I don't say a word.
Okay.
I just kind of hung out near the door the entire time, watching,
Okay.
and hoping nobody would notice me.
Salix, anything?
Nope, good to go.
Thangard?
Thingart's just kind of going along with what's going on. He doesn't know.
All right. All right. So as Tyrion stands to leave, the rest of you seem to take your cue and begin walking out the door, heading back towards the town. You make your way over the next 15-20 minutes, half hour to make your way back into the town of Loudwater.
What was the name of this merchant that was giving her issues? Kara?
Katla.
Katla. Thank you.
Kala?
Kala, C-A-L-L-A.
Oh, Kala. Okay, my handwriting's just atrocious. That is an L. Alright, so... Gonna head in the direction of that general store.
Do we want to go to each place together, or shall we split up and investigate our different leads, and then all meet back in one place and figure out what we want to do?
Karma volunteers to go to the more shadier parts of town by himself while you guys go visit Kala.
We could use the gnome as bait.
What?
It's a little bit like a kid.
Bait out. Oh.
That's actually...
That is...
See, it's not a terrible idea.
But, like, it's a small town. Like, what are we gonna advertise, like, kid for kidnapping? Like, they're clearly not just, like,
She's a kid.
grabbing them all off the street.
Wait, hang on. Let me see if I can pull this off. Everybody quiet. And she kind of, like, motions for everyone to be quiet. And then she, like, waves a hand in front of her face, and when her hand passes, her expression is, like, totally dumb, and her tongue is sticking out. She just starts to waddle around, going, I am human child! I am dumb! Human child! Someone play with
Maybe without her talking, we could do this. Dress her up.
Or
So,
Send her out, have her not talk.
as you're kind of waddling around almost like a duck at this point, and saying, "I am human child. I am." You're starting to get a few quizzical looks as from some passers-by as they just look down at you, stare, and continue on their way, and you hear them whispering, and they're like, "What the hell is that gnome doing?"
Salix quickly speaks up and says, "Perhaps that's not the best of ideas."
And Karma says,
Perhaps we need a new gnome.
While we will keep that in mind in case everything else fails. Maybe we should
Literally everything else.
Karma rolls his eyes and is like, I'll say again, I'll volunteer to go to the port or the docks by myself and see what I can find there while you guys go and talk to Kala.
The beggars by the docks?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone want to volunteer for the brothel? Wink, wink.
Oh, you know Matrim wants in.
Who are you winking at? I'm good, man. I got a mission. I got a mission. So that's why I'm still heading.
Kind of shrugs
Aaron's
and it's
still
like
gonna head towards the general store.
Okay.
Kind of shrugs and it's like I've heard of these brothel places before in my travels, but I've never actually been near one. So yeah, sure, I'll go.
A likely story.
Interesting. All right, Matcham. All right, so that leaves Salix, Thangart, and Riven. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go. Salix is gonna go with Clarissa to the brothel.
Okay.
Not his usual places that he's in.
Employment?
Yeah, he's gonna go keep an eye on Clarissa because
Okay.
it's important that she not get in jail again.
All right. Riven and Thangart.
Karma, did you want to go by yourself, or did you want some backup?
I would rather be by myself for this
All right.
for this particular instance. Thank
Then
you for
I'm going to
volunteering.
follow the rest of them to the general store.
Okay,
Going to
so
the
you're
general
going.
store, not the brothel.
All right.
And
On the way to the general store, do we notice any
Hold on.
orders?
And Thangart, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry.
Without drawing any attention to himself, he kind of wanders toward the rest of the group that's going toward the brothel.
All right.
Oh,
I really thought that
Wow.
sentence was going to end with the nearest wagon. The brothel is good, too.
There
Yeah,
might be a
brothel's
wagon on the way, though.
by the way, Karma is still assuming that Tyrion has all the money and he doesn't care.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I definitely divvied that up. I was not.
So I was gonna say,
I put that off to the side.
yeah, on your way back to the on that trek back to Loudwater, Tyrion counts out 500 gold for every single one of you. So everyone adds an additional 500 gold to their
Motherfucker! I
money
still have a
pouches.
bottle of Elvish wine. All right.
And you still have that. Okay.
I had a play I was gonna make with that. But we'll save that for
And
later.
wait, what time is it right now? About
500.
Currently, it's probably about 11 o'clock in the morning. You're approaching noon after the conversation with Lady Moonfire, and the travel time probably getting to about 11.
Your
okay,
math
so
is
then
wrong.
Karma's gonna recommend.
How off?
There's 7 of us.
Yes.
Karma's
It's
gonna
3,500
DM has
divided by
spoken.
3.
Oh, I thought it was just
Divided by
3,000.
DM has spoken.
Karma's gonna recommend that we reconvene at the bar/inn at nightfall.
Is my math that wrong?
No,
No,
I
I,
was thirty-
I
I was
was
gonna say-
doing it based off 3. Not
No,
3.
Ryven's just an idiot.
I was gonna say,
You're
yeah, definitely
never-
I was about to say,
your
I
math is
definitely
never
figured that.
wrong, my friend.
DM has spoken.
Have we also divided up the reward?
Yeah, 500 gold a pop.
Okay.
Yeah, where were you?
I missed that, sorry.
Oh, also,
Yeah, it's 500.
Shadow, what was my total for the cheap bottle of wine in the room? 10
It's
for the room, then what was it
15.
for the bottle?
It was 15 for the night.
Speaking
I
of
was
which,
gonna say we can go over that cost later on. Okay, so we're gonna split this up. It'll be we're gonna do it in slightly differing ways for it, or differing like groups of it. So we're gonna start with the brothel group.
Yeah.
excellent.
So
Best way to start.
So Matron, Clarissa, Salix, and Thangard, as you guys are all as you made your way back into the eastern portion of town at the east gate, your group begins heading forward, continuing along that eastern path to the main center of town, back towards the brothel that you all passed on your way out in the morning towards the eastern gate. As you approach, you see that the place is a little bit quieter is fairly quiet. Not a lot of activity is happening at the moment. At least not from your ability to see anything. You see occasionally a man and sometimes, oddly enough, a woman walking out of the brothel as well. Just heading off in different directions. For possibly what could potentially be like a noonday meal, or just a few of them look very disheveled, even just holding their shoes in their hand, and begin walking in one direction or another. What do you guys do?
First, it kind of turns to the others that are with her and is like, I've never really gone up to one of these places before, so yeah.
Well, we're just here to ask questions, so
I don't
Go
think
see if
all
we
of
can
you
find-
are.
what?
Sorry, continue.
What's
That was bad.
out of game? What's the word I'm looking for, guys? For the matronly lady who runs the brothel.
Madam. The madam.
Adam.
Back to game. Let's see.
Wow,
if
I
we
feel like I answered that really quickly.
No, you're fine.
too much Game of Thrones for you, huh?
Now we know what DJ does
yeah,
for a
Game of
living.
Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
Let's call it Game of Thrones.
Okay,
The Rome
let's see
series. Oh
if
my
we
god,
can
there's so
find
many.
Adam and ask her some questions.
Okay, so walking into the brothel, walking into the brothel, you are greeted by a very strong smell of lavender and some very other elegant perfumes that are that you wouldn't expect to really find kind of just in a general brothel, but with this being a trading town, there's a lot of trade, a lot of things that go on here that is very possible that would be able to bring a lot of these very nice spices and scents to this place. So you smell that smell immediately hits you as you enter. The interior is very low lit. You can still see around. There's small little torches that are just hanging on the sides of it, or hanging on the sides of this main common room, which is just entirely what looks like to be almost for comfort. There are couches, there are rugs, there are tables, there is a full stocked bar across the right hand side of it, and all around this room there are men, there are women, there's a half elf here and there. And even what appears to be a halfling as well sitting around in this area, all entertaining talking to a few men and a few women who are currently at this establishment. As you immediately enter, there is a little podium that's kind of standing there, and a woman, a female human woman with midnight black hair that just tumbles down from her head over her shoulders. Looks up at you with very bright blue eyes and rosy and very rose-colored lips, and says, welcome to Madame Sarah. Welcome to Madame Sarah's wonderful brothel this evening or this afternoon. How may we be of service?
Quick question. So it's Salix, Clarissa, and who else is in this group?
Salix, Clarissa, Matrim, and Thangard. Matrim and Thangard.
Matrim and Thangard. And Thangard.
Thangard should be all stealthy, though.
He's not really being stealthy. He's just kind of trying not to look awkward and not look like he was trying to follow.
So, could I have a chance to speak to the group before we entered? Or did I miss out on that?
You guys have already entered the...
Whatever. Okay. Salix walks up to her and says, good afternoon, my lady. Is there a chance that we...
Oh, please. The ladies of this town have already come and gone from this place. My name is Madame Sarah.
And might you be the operator of this establishment?
I am.
These men in my party are looking for a source of relief, if you know what I'm speaking about.
Honey, everyone knows what you're speaking
That's why I said the men! And my associate and I would like to speak with you, if you would grant us the time.
She glances around and says, speaking is free, but any other things you will have to any other favors and any other things you would have to pay the normal fee, of course.
Can I whisper to... Well, okay.
You can always try.
Can I whisper to Thangard and Matrim?
Go for it.
Yeah, you can.
About see if you can see if any of the employees know anything in particular with our quest. That's
Alright.
my whisper.
Okay. Matrim and Thangard, you guys hear that? No. But thank you for trying. So Matrim and Thangard, you guys go off. There is a few. Good God, I'm gonna have to stop looking at chat for a few minutes. So as you're Matrim and Thangard, you guys go off into into some areas of the common room. I take it there is, as I said, there's men, there's women, there's the ones that work here are fairly obvious about who they are, which ones work here. The men are very scantily clad, pretty much in nothing but a man thong. The women are just wearing very very loose hanging garments that reveal enough and are able to allow for them to maintain their maintain like a kind of secretive appearance to them, but enough to be very intriguing and pleasurable to the eye.
Are there any private rooms around?
What was that?
Are there any private rooms?
There. Are you asking? Are you just saying this out loud? Or how are you doing that?
I'm looking around. And hoping to see a private
I was gonna say.
room or
I was gonna
two.
say. I was gonna say. You notice after a minute or two, you notice that one of the female escorts leads a man up the stairs off to your left hand side, and they disappear onto one of the upper floors. You can assume.
I way that way.
Okay, as you make your way towards the as you make your way towards the stairs, one of the men, one of like this a very burly, well tanned, well muscled man walks up to you and says, "Is there anything I can help you with, Mr. Dwarf?" And kind of stares at you, putting his hand on his hip and trying to look as nice and beautiful as he can.
You're not really my style.
Doesn't mean I can't help you. The upper floors are reserved for paying customers.
I'm gonna take out my bag of gold and just flash it.
Is that all you're flashing?
That is all. At this moment.
You're just flashing the gold. Well, that is certainly enough to pay for more than one pleasure of this house, but you need to talk. You need to mingle with our escorts and our employees here before just heading upstairs.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay. So looking around the room, there is, as I said, there's a few different human women. There's also one or two half-elven females that are currently sitting and walking around the room as well. Matcham, what are you doing?
Is there any place to get a drink around this place?
Yeah, the entire right-hand side is pretty much a full-stocked bar.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
Approach the bar owner, just kind of make small talk while asking for a drink.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
okay, so walking up Matcham, you find that the barkeep is a blonde half-elven female. She asks, "And what can I get for you today, sir?"
Just a pint of ale.
And she says, "Absolutely. Is there anything else that you see that you might enjoy today?"
Well, nothing much around here unless you got some information. Unless you know of anything going on around town.
Information is something around here that always flows well.
So
At which point she has poured and handed you the pint of ale that you had asked for.
So I hear word that a bunch of kids have went missing lately. You heard anything about that?
Oh, there have been rumors, but that's not normally the sort of thing that happens around here. Children are not normally welcome in this establishment.
Yeah, but
Not
surely you've heard some of your clients talking or de-stressing about stuff and happen to mention something. And then just kind of show that I have like some gold with me.
Okay.
So maybe.
Make a persuasion roll.
Yeah, I don't even know. Let's see. That pulled up. Persuasion is. Oh God. So that's a D20, right?
Yep, D20 and add your I think it's like your charisma or constitution.
Rolled a 2, so it's a 1.
Oh, good.
Oh, boy.
The half-elf says, "I don't normally talk about other individuals who come here. Their time is their time, and they pay for it."
Alright, so I'll just take my drink and just kind of turn back around because I just kind of did not do well at that at all.
All right, she allows you to. You guys just walk off back into the rest of the room and begin mingling. Clarissa, what are you doing throughout all this?
Are there any
Taunting people in chat.
It's not my fault. You made a perfect typo.
It's true.
Are there any non-humans here? I think you mentioned a halfling earlier.
There's two half-elves, and there is a what appears to be one female halfling as well.
Clarissa's gonna kind of approach the female halfling and just kind of wave and go, "It's nice to see somebody else who isn't quite so tall."
Walking up to this individual, this blonde halfling female looks down to you, and as a gnome, that's saying something. She says, "Well, it is nice to see someone a little closer to the ground than the others around here, but I can't say much about it."
She's gonna ask, okay, hang on. Does it look like she is an employee here or just a guest?
She is wearing the typical employee garb, kind of that very flowy, kind of revealing types of silks and cloth that one would expect to find in a brothel.
Sorry, Dan is distracting me. Clarissa is she's gonna just kind of like lean in close and like motion for her to lean down and like whisper, "I've never actually been in one of these places before, so I don't really know how it works, but I'd like to spend some time with you."
She
BFF for life right there.
what was that?
BFF for life right there.
She the female says, the female half elf says, how much time were you wanting to spend? And kind of gives like a half smile.
I don't know. How about the half an hour and then go from there? Yeah. Is that an option? Do I need to fill out a form? Is there?
The half elf takes you by the hand, leads you upstairs, begins leading you up the stairs at that point, and leads you into one of the private rooms, where she kind of walks into the room and begins disrobing herself, and then attempts to begin disrobing you.
Oh,
at that point.
Yeah. So this is how this works. Okay, well, gnomes, new experiences, never done this before, so okay, yeah. Clarissa just kind of rolls with it.
All right, fantastic. Salix, what as all this is happening, what are you doing?
Did Madam Sarah agree to speak to me in private?
Madam, you can ask and make a persuasion roll.
Okay. Oh man, I'm rocking this tonight. 19?
Yep. You ask for a moment or two of Madam Sarah's time, and she kind of chuckles at it, and says, "I don't come cheaply. But we can chat if you'd like over in one of the corners." And she leads you over to one of the corners of the main common room and says, "So, human, what are you wanting to speak about?" And she begins kind of sitting very close to you and almost kind of just playing with your hair and caressing your neck and your shoulders and different areas of you.
Well, perhaps I can. What do you prefer to drink? What's your preferred drink?
Oh, God damn it, I gotta stop looking at chat. It's hard. Nothing for me. I have a business to run here. But you can order whatever you like, and it will be half price.
Okay. Let's get two glasses of wine.
All right, you order your 2 glasses of wine. They're brought over to your table. They're brought over your table, and as they are, she says, "So, what is this that you're wanting to speak of and speak about?"
It says, "As you can probably tell from my garb, I don't know if she can see
Oh, she can easily see it.
the religious symbol on the mace."
She can easily see it. She doesn't care.
Oh, that's what she can see. Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about
less
something else.
for pleasure and more for business. And how has your business been going recently?
Business has been going well as of late. There is never a need for customers. We always have a new traveler, new merchant stopping by this place. Most of them either coming or going who've frequented here. Nothing extraordinarily out of the ordinary.
Would you say that times of strife or times of peace are more profitable?
Oh, times of strife, obviously.
Well,
we would have soldiers and more other individuals to fill our pockets as well as other things.
as operating a business such as this, I'm sure you've had some inadvertent accidents, as it were, and had a few little ones perhaps running around.
There is a potion that our employees drink every morning and every evening before they go to bed. That is able to quell such things. As for the males, they don't have to deal with such inadvertencies.
I'm sorry. Chat is the best right now.
I'm so trying not to read it.
I'm just gonna switch to a different page for this conversation.
I know, right?
Yeah, click over to like the journal or something.
Anyways.
Train of thought. Where the fuck was that? Oh, so would you say that? Fuck, I just lost that train of thought. Would you say? I'm sorry, guys. I'm still cackling over Karma's bullshit.
Can't. Anyways, keep going, guys.
Okay, deep breath. So, would you say that you said that business has been good lately. Is that because you haven't had to deal with any outside problems, or you've had a little help here and there greasing the gears?
The desires of individuals is not something that can be controlled. We are just an outlet for many of individuals' needs.
I see. And have you heard? I'm seeking to speak to a particular vendor of services in this area, and I was hoping that maybe you could help me get in touch with this person.
Okay. At which point she leans forward and, almost whispering in your ear, says, "Which vendor might that be?"
The more superstitious would call her the Lady of Shadows.
As soon as you mention the Lady of Shadows, she almost kind of, not necessarily reels back, but she pulls back farther and says, "Oh, that one. She has been extracting payment from us for protection. Even though there are many services that we can provide for individuals around here, there is some things that she wants, and she has been asking for a protection tax, basically, from every single business around here. We pay it, of course, because it's not very high, but it is still something that we could easily live without."
Perhaps me and my associates and I could take care of this for you. We would be most discreet and definitely keep you out of it. But what if this protection money problem was no longer a cost that you had to deal with?
It would be something we'd be very, very grateful for, but unfortunately we have no idea. All I can tell you is there is an individual who stops by every 2 weeks to collect our tax, and we pay it, and he goes on his way. There are times when
he coming by anytime soon, would he?
He's actually due to come around in the next 3 days or so.
Next 3 days.
Guess we have to spend 3 days in a brothel.
Yeah, I can tell that Tyrion is
Oh.
super bummed.
God.
With the half,
Alright.
what was the half-elf bartender?
Half-elf bartender, but I'm still not there, which is killing me. So I have been on mute this whole time. I have been cursing my brains out, so I'm just going to let you guys keep going. I'm going back on mute. But
That shows the wrong group.
Oh,
You got stuck with the other half elf.
this is great. Anyways,
Okay.
so say Alex.
So we keep talking for a while,
Okay.
and
You got-
nothing
keep
really
talk-
importance, and I'll pass it or move on with my turn.
Okay, you keep talking. Lady Sarah eventually excuses herself from the conversation to continue helping another customer that has just walked in. This one is a brown-haired female who walks in, and Lady Sarah seems to be almost a little too eager to get up and move over to help out this brown-haired individual. Okay, so that takes care of you. Tangart, what are you doing? Are you trying to get any more information, or are you just wandering around the common room at the
I'm
moment?
just wandering around.
Okay. Walking. Doing anything else with that, or are you pretty good?
Tossing some coins to a couple ladies.
Alright. You eventually find yourself seated kind of on one of the couches, surrounded by about three or four individual women. You have a red-haired human, two raven-haired female humans as well, and one of the brown-haired half-elves has also joined you on the couch currently, and you're all enjoying merriment, conversation, and drinks as well.
how many are there?
This is a substantial brothel. This is the only one within the town of Loudwater. Like, it's a fairly big thing. There's only
It's
two
1,000 people. It's 200 employees.
I mean, you don't know how many. I mean, you don't know. Everyone's got needs. Okay, so there's only two half elves in the common room at the moment. There's the barkeep and the one that currently is entertaining Thangard, enjoying the merriment. Matrim doing anything else, or Matrim doing anything else?
Get
Apart
another
from-
drink.
Yeah, another drink, more drinks. Clarissa brings us back to you. After your allotted 30 minutes, you've had a wonderful time of brand new experiences that you had were not expecting to have at this place. And as you're walking out the door, the half elf, or not the half elf, the halfling individual, pulls you back down onto the covers and holds out her hand expectantly, saying, "That'll be 50 gold pieces, if you don't mind."
How fantastic are we talking here? Should I roll for it?
You can roll whatever. You can roll. I mean,
Okay, wait.
that is where the
Here we go.
conversation. This is where this conversation has currently led to. It is up to you on how you want to proceed from
All
there.
right, I want to see how good Clarissa was.
Go for it. Roll.
I would
That's got to be a performance check.
Performance
Come
check.
on, that is by
That-
definition a performance check. Please call a performance check. It's like-
Go ahead and roll a performance check. Yes.
16.
16 for a performance check.
Yep.
Okay. You were very, very well taken care of by her, and you in turn were able to what you amount to what you would believe is a satisfactory time for her as well, and she seems pleased, but is still wanting to be paid.
Oh, hang on now. That was pretty good. So it's what, 50 gold gets me another half hour, right? Something
50
like
gold would get you another half hour if you want it.
that. Yeah, sure. I should probably get your name first, though.
Oh, we're gonna be here forever. We just got 500 gold apiece. We're never leaving.
Someone should have been keeping an eye on the dwarf. No.
The gnome.
3 days, guys. 3
Uh,
days.
At which point, as she's holding out your hand, you just begin kissing it and continuing on with the rest of the time. So that continues happening. So as all of that is transpiring, we're going to move over towards the general store group with Tyrion and Raven while we let chat describe Clarissa's sexual escapades that are currently happening in the brothel. Moving over to good God.
Yeah. Chat took a weird left turn a few minutes ago.
Hi, what's up?
That general store group.
Moving over to the general
So,
store group with
yeah, we're
Tyrion
at the
and
general store
Ryven.
group, which is myself
And Ryven.
And
and
me.
Ryven.
Okay.
I'd like to repeat, I'm not at the brothel with the half-elvish ladies.
Nope.
You got stuck with the other half elf.
Oh, that's fine. This is where I
You
need
got
to be,
stuck with the other
'cause
half
I've got a
elf.
specific half-elven lady in mind. So,
is true.
quick question.
Yes.
Shut up, dog. Really?
Is that a
You
question?
don't bother me.
I'm not sure.
No, he doesn't bother me during the brothel. All right, he needs to go out, so I'm going to spin this. I'm going to speed this along. On the way over to the general store, did I pass any armors? Anyone that looked like they would be selling armor or weapons for later reference?
Yeah, I'm actually curious about that too because I would like to pick up
What are you looking for?
a set of.
Did we pass any armors, weapons vendors, anyone that looked like they would be selling equipment on our way to the general store?
You would passing into the main square area. You look around and you see a few different vendors that are currently selling primarily against the southern side of the plaza. It seems to be this entire southern side is dedicated to different arms and different weapons and different armaments and different things along those lines that you would be able to potentially purchase. So.
All right, excellent. I'm going to continue to the general store and go in and see if I notice anyone that looks like they could be Kala.
Okay, you walk across the square to the western side, and hanging over one of the and asking a few of the other people, they within the square, they point you over to a building that has a sign over it that says Kala's Cauldron over it, and which you take to be Kala's main place. You enter. I wrote this down. You enter, and a small-looking young boy, maybe about 15, 16 years old, looks up and says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
I came here looking to talk to Kala.
Oh, Miss Kala, you're wanting to speak to her? Oh, yes. One moment, please. And he runs in back behind the main kind of checkout area, and a few minutes pass, and a human woman, kind of graying around the sides with some wrinkles on her face, walks out from the back room and says, "Oh, how can I help you?"
We're here on business for Lady Moonfire, investigating missing children as of late. She informed us you've been having problems with a certain underworld figure. We were hoping to locate this person, and we're wondering if you had any discreet information.
Oh, you're the one that Lady Moonfire has sent to help us. Yes, that infernal bastard Narrows has been coming around here every day this week, trying to get us to pay his protection taxes, which he calls it. Wish I could get him to which I could get him to stop coming around here.
Had been here today.
There are
He is-
ways to do that.
He has not been here today, but I'm expecting him pretty soon. My stock boy, Ramander, can normally take care of him and tells him to leave, but I'm getting a little scared that Ramander might be a little over his head, at which point the stock boy kind of feverishly nods his head and says, he is quite scary. It's almost like seeing something out of one of my mum's bedtime stories.
How old is Ramanda?
About 15 or 16.
Okay.
Is that like your type or something? That's fucked up.
No, just seeing if you might be in target range for disappearing.
Target. What?
Bait.
He's looking for that clickbait.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like, you guys shoot the gnome plan. I mean,
No, I got you. All right. Well, I will speak to this Narrows when he arrives.
Okay.
Hopefully, both of us can benefit from this. I said,
Alright.
when I just sort of go around and like mingle and just keep an eye out.
I was like, in the meantime, can we look at what they have for sale? I wouldn't mind picking up
Yeah,
some
sure.
potions.
Show us your wares.
At which point, when you
old
say
gray
when,
human lady.
at which point when you say this, the Kala kind of stares at you, kind of looks at you with a very odd and almost kind of hurt look. And she says, "Okay, and one moment, please. What were you interested in buying or looking for?"
Me, I'm looking for potions and poisons.
Poisons, I can't say much. We don't normally carry any of those. Those aren't normally our area of selling. But you might be able to try. What's this guy's name? Fuck.
Dude, it's a general store. I think poison might be too
I'm
general.
not out in public a whole lot, dude.
Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
true. His
Fair enough.
I
You
can
can't
get away
just
with
go-
saying
if you're
dumbass
looking-
shit like that.
Okay, I got you.
God damn, I am doing bad on characters tonight. I feel really bad about this shit.
What was the name of this place?
It's Kala's Cauldron.
Kala's Cauldron would have
They
been a
don't have
great
potions?
name for a brothel, by the way. But that would have to be run by Kala.
Yep. Things I'll keep in mind for future references.
Dude,
What
fuck.
is that sound?
Sounds like a dog doing something.
That's a dog. Wow, this microphone is amazing. That's like
Agreed.
15 feet away from me.
If you're
my
looking-
dog's just drinking
if-
water.
If you're looking for poisons, you might want to try
Peanut butter.
Garwin's place. He gets all sorts of things down there.
Darwin?
Garwin.
Garwin.
Garwin. Garwin. You might want to try his. He kind of gets all sorts of things, but I never know quite what is in his shop. It's kind of a jumbled mess kind of a jumbled mess most times.
Potions?
Potions we do have. We have a few potions available. At which point she rummages beneath the desk and pulls out a small little box that kind of clangs around a little bit as she opens it up, and there's 3 red vials that are currently sitting in there. Three red vials that are currently sitting in there, and one of them is, and she says, this one is, oh my god, why are these not, that should have said things. I'm doing bad, I apologize, gentlemen, tonight, I'm doing bad tonight. Let's see how much that's worth.
On that OP potions too soon.
She pulls out 2 potions. We have 2 common healing potions. Those are 100 gold each, and 1 greater healing potion, which is 350 gold.
Oh, okay.
For common. What do I already have on me?
Yeah, I don't have anything
I
on
have
me.
a minor on me. I'll take 1 of the commons for 100.
All right, go ahead and mark that off as you get one of the common healing potions. That is 2d4 plus 2. And for you, Master Elf,
Right, I'm gonna do the
were you wanting
same.
anything? Okay. She
Hold
hand.
on. Just finding a pen that works. Continue.
Okay, she hands over both common healing potions to you and takes your gold. So mark off 100 gold each for those potions.
Right, and I paid 25 for the gnome, right?
25 for the gnome. Yep.
Yeah, okay. No, I know. I was just reminding the gnome. I'm kidding.
No, it's fine. Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to do while you wait, or just waits in her shop?
I'm just gonna wait. You know, that's all she's got. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna try and stand out of the way and just keep an eye on the people coming and going. I'm gonna try and not be too conspicuous about it. So it's not like stealth. I'm just gonna try and blend in, which I guess is kind of stealth.
Oh, I'm gonna. Is there any way I can stealth and like be out of the way, but still be able to watch
You
him there?
can. I will say,
Spider-Man up the ceiling.
I was about to say you can. I'll say that currently an elf walking around in full armor and in full with his breastplate. That's inconspicuous enough. Ryvan, you with your hood up currently is questionable, but if you roll a stealth check, you can probably blend into the darkness fairly easily.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Also, was it 2d4 or 2d8?
It's for a regular for a common healing potion. It's 2d4 plus 2.
Plus
So you roll 2d4.
I'm writing it down.
And then you add 2 on top of that.
Plus 2. So I now have 2 of those. Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2 for the
Minor healing potion.
for the minor healing potion. Yes. Which after tonight, Clarissa might need.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. Yep. You're able to find, like, walking just about the corner, walking around the store. You're able to pretty much just very inconspicuously do it, or like just kind of
Yeah, I'm just trying to be like
hide and be inconspicuous
nobody would
conspicuously
really
in the actual store itself. You're more than stealth.
watch him.
Tyrion is walking around perusing and kind of goes like, "Where the fuck did Ryvan go?" So.
If he leaves, just assume that I'm gonna follow him. Type
Okay.
of deal.
All right.
I'm his secret backup,
About
ninja backup.
That's the best kind of backup.
about a half hour passes at this point, and the bell that opens the door, or that is above the door, clangs as the door opens. Sunlight comes streaming in, and standing. Didn't write a character description for that guy. That's depressing. Standing in front of the doorway is about a 6 to 7 foot tall, very blood red tiefling, horns that are curling back above his head and then coming down, almost coming back down towards his jawline, almost giving him the appearance as though he has tusks of some form of very monstrous animal. His hair is a very, very jet black. Almost looks as though it is dyed in something that is not natural of this land. His eyes, where you'd expect to see pupils, are a very glassy white color. He walks in, his tail switching side to side, almost knocking over a few of the trinkets that are here and there. He walks up to the counter and loudly asks and says, "Kala? Kala?" Kala scurries from the back room and says, "I've told you once, Narrows. If I've told you once, Narrows, I'm going to have to... I don't want to have to tell you again. We're not paying your tax." And he says, "The Lady of Shadows is getting quite annoyed with this. It is either pay your protection tax or..." And at this point, you can tell Narrows is kind of glancing around the store and says, "This lovely place could burn down to the ground within an evening or two." tongue flits out from his mouth. You have 3 days to pay our tax. Our lady is getting impatient. His tail continues to flick back and forth, and Kala says, "If you don't stop harassing us anymore, I'm going to have to get the city patrol involved." Naros just kind of chuckles to himself at this point. "Do as you wish, but 3 days. 3 days." And he turns and begins walking out the door at that point. As he makes about halfway down the center, his tail flicks and pretty much, with more force than you'd expect, shoves an entire shelf, almost like knocking it so much so that the shelf actually falls over and collapses into the aisle next to itself, shattering a good solid, or like sprawling across different different like daggers and arrows and different objects across the ground. Ramander runs out immediately as soon as he hears this clatter and begins trying to start picking everything up. Naros begins walking out the door. And walking down the street.
Okay, well, I was hoping to stop him before he got out the door, but I guess I'll just go up to him in the street.
All right.
Get his attention.
All right.
That you are Narrows, yes?
Are you shouting this, or are you just walking up to him and tapping him on the shoulder?
Tapping him on the shoulder. Fine, I walk up to him and just sort of place my hand on his shoulder.
Traitor!
Get his attention.
Okay. As you walk up to him and place your hand on his shoulder, Naros's tail flicks right up and slaps your wrist before you can even place it on his shoulder. And he turns around and says, "And how may I help you, elf?"
Okay, you are Narrows, yes?
Can I butt in here and note that I followed them out too?
Yep.
Okay, you're my ninja backup.
I'm your ninja. I just wanted to make sure in
currently-
case something happened, and I wanted to do something.
You currently, you follow him. You follow him out. You follow him out, and you kind of are. You're kind of you're kind of walking amongst the crowd, like keeping a very close eye on Tyrion and Naros. But Naros is currently unaware of your presence at the moment in time.
Just want to make sure I was out there.
I have business with your master.
The lady is not often disturbed by such individuals as yourselves. He glares at you and says, "What business do you have with her?"
The business of missing children. The details are between me and your master.
Our organization knows nothing of these missing children that you speak of.
Then your organization is not influential as I had been told.
He chuckles to himself and says, "It is possible that we know who is obtaining these children. However, this is no business of yours, Master Elf."
You know not me or my business. You will conduct me to your master, and I will discuss it with her.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Come on, baby. Ha! Okay, hold on.
That sounded good.
Yeah.
It was. 24. Boom!
Okay.
I am a charming motherfucker.
You are a charming motherfucker.
19 plus 5.
Well, not yet. You're not
As
motherfucker yet.
Naros looks at you and says, "Well, if you're so insistent, follow me." He begins walking. He begins walking in a western. He begins walking in a western northwest direction at this point, and begins moving you and begins walking northwest of the in the town towards almost towards the docks at this point. And he walks with you for about 15 minutes. Make a let's see. After about 15 minutes of walking through these different areas, make a perception check.
Oh, I'm not as good at that. Okay.
Can I make the perception check?
You can both make it.
All right.
I'm very good at that.
Hold on. Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. 16.
Okay.
Thank you, dice.
16 for you, and what did you and Mr. Ryven would get?
22?
Okay.
Yep, 22.
So, Ryven, you notice as they're walking towards the end of this 15 minutes, you've noticed that Neros has progressively been getting farther and farther ahead of Tyrion. Tyrion, you've just you've been able to keep an eye on him, but you start noticing that the area that he's leading you to is getting much more crowded and busy, in a much more crowded and busier area. As Neros walks forward into a large crowd, Tyrion, you actually lose sight of him at this point. Ryven, you are able to maintain what you think is Neros, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay.
So I have no idea where he went.
He has disappeared from your sight at this moment in time.
I'm gonna keep following. I'm gonna keep following what I think is him.
Okay, you keep following. Go ahead and make another perception check.
Okay, I'm okay with that. 15.
Okay.
That's good.
So at this point, you kind of lock eyes with Tyrion, and you motion to him at which way you think he's going, and you point down a side alley, which you think you saw him go down. As Tyrion, you catch Ryven, you see him making the sign. You walk over towards that alley. You look down, and as you look down the alley, there's a red-headed boy who's walking down that way, about the age of 18 or 19 years old, walking down it. But there is no tiefling walking down that way.
Boy, did you see a tiefling pass this way?
The boy turns around and says, "No, we've only know one tiefling in these parts, and his name is Neros, and I haven't seen him for the better part of a week by now."
Do you know where he is? Where he lives?
No one knows where he lives, but it is very possible that he has progressed back towards the Lady of Shadows' lair. It's not very... I mean, it's well hidden, but unfortunately all we know is it's the northwest, or the northeast side of town.
Is there anyone who may know more specifically where it is?
Unless you can find someone who's part of their organization, not around here.
Well, surely you must know someone.
Make a persuasion check.
All right, the good one again. Ooh. Well, okay. 10. Thank God. For my bonus, because that was a 5. Oh, okay, 10.
He looks at you and just says, "No, the only ones who would know where their actual lair is the ones in the organization. It's not something they'd want to, go pronouncing for the local authorities."
Very well. Northwest part of town.
What,
I'm gonna
voice
sort of
there?
proceed down the alley and just sort of keep...
What kind of business does the Lady of Shadows and her group partake in? That you know of?
All kinds of criminal business, from normal thievery and pickpocketing to banditry across the roads and different just almost any form of criminal activity. If we don't know about it, or if she doesn't, if there's something that's happening around here, she's normally got her hand in, or at least knows who it is.
Very well. Can I just check the alleyway? Do I see any sign that anyone may have passed through? Anything I could possibly...
Hoof prints. Like, what's the road like? Are they...
Hoof prints. Yeah, no, seriously. I mean,
the town is... the road is...
disappeared into.
The road is dirt. As you look down the alley leads back in a southern direction. Back in the southern direction, and as you look down it, it does lead to a road that you guys had actually walked down previously.
Can I? The boy's still there, right?
Yeah.
Can I, like, it's gonna be awkward, but I'd like to, like, just touch him and make sure he's not, like, an illusion or something.
You can roll an insight check, or if you want to check for,
I just want to touch the boy.
I just want to touch the boy. I just, like, okay, so for me, I know minor illusion.
I was gonna say, if you want to,
I want to see if, like...
If you want to see he's a minor illusion, roll an Arcana check.
Heads up, GM, we're losing Vanguard.
Yeah, I'm watching the time.
Oh, I am not very good at Arcana. Okay. But with a 19 plus a 1, I am apparently very good at Arcana.
Okay. So as you kind of meditate there for a moment and just kind of try to sense whether or not this boy is an illusion or not, you kind of project yourself out past the mental barriers, and you can see what is almost a very kind of like a star ocean of small little pinpricks of light throughout this area. Sensing from the boy, you sense no magical ability or magical anomalies coming from him at all. He just seems to be a very normal living boy.
Okay.
You pull back into yourself and resume normal talking. The boy's kind of looking at you a little quizzically, a little confused about what's going on there.
Does the boy look like he's well off, or does he look like he's, living on the street or is poor?
Looks like he's a normal boy. Looks like he's wearing normal size clothing, just normal stuff. Doesn't look super poor, doesn't look super rich either. Looks just kind of like a very common individual.
I want to hand him 10 gold and tell him to forget you saw us.
Alright. Make a persuasion... Yeah, make a persuasion check at this point.
I'm not good at that either. 16.
Okay, you take, Yep. Okay, yeah, god damn, I don't like the dice. You take 10 gold, you place it in the boy's hand, tell him to forget that he saw us, and the boy looks up at you and is like, oh, okay, sir, yes, absolutely. Who are you? And scampers off with the 10 gold.
So, time to regroup.
Alright.
They only assuming that he goes back and talks to her, they only know that one is looking for you, for her. We could tell the others.
We know they went to the brothel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know that they have gone to the brothel.
Well, at the end of this
I was gonna say this and what is happening at the brothel are happening simultaneously at this moment in time.
No, I understand that. I'm
okay.
Just trying to make sure that I.
Yeah, you guys know that
the
they are.
group is.
Yeah, you know they're at the brothel, and you know Karma's off doing something at the docks.
I just figured we have some basic information about them, about this organization. We know a general area of where they like to hide out, and instead of moving on it just the two of us, we should, make a plan and go meet up.
No, I agree.
The bulk of our party.
Right.
So should we move over to Karma on the docks?
Yeah.
Yep. At this point, we will move
I'm
over
gonna
to
go pee.
Karma. We'll move over to Karma on the docks. Guys, if we do this again, I was gonna say if we do this again, I'll make sure when we are doing this in groups that you know which group is going when. That way, you have a few minutes or two to kind of if you're not in that group, you don't have to worry about it from then on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna let my dog out. Who is?
Yep, go for it. Karma. Over to
Very
you.
patient.
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
back.
All right. Thank you for waiting, you beautiful bastard. You. If you take offense to that, I apologize. Okay. Okay. You make your way up to the docks. You are greeted by kind of a fishy smell as you make your way over there. You see different stands that have fish, many rays of fish, or many rays of fish around them, and in them. And you also can see just a bunch of other sailors and riverboat workers working along this area. It's a fairly bustling town. There's people who are buying what looks to be their some meals for the week or for the day out there. What do you do?
I would like to investigate for, firstly, any criminal activities, and secondly, for any beggars that might be around.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check and tell me how you want to investigate these things.
I kind of just want to, I don't want to make myself obvious that I'm actually there. I want to look from behind buildings and just, in between alleyways and
Okay.
stuff like that for any type of wrongdoing or, beggars, so I can ask them questions later on. So.
Okay. All right. So after go ahead and make an investigation check. Just roll d20 on your
Holy
investigation.
shit. Okay, so it is 24.
All right. So as you're wandering around this area of town, you come across you ask a few individuals, you ask a few shopkeepers about some beggars, or and you even sometimes are able to hint a little bit that you're looking for the Lady of Shadows herself. And a few of them point you in the direction of one of the pubs in the town, the pub that is actually very close to the water, the Fisher's Friend pub. They point you to one of the only beggars that they know, who many of them will chip a gold coin or a copper coin here and there to him, just so he kind of stays away from their stalls or keeps away from their houses. A man that goes by the name of Kaios.
Kaios. Okay. Then I'm going to make my way to where this Kaios is. Once I see him, I'm going to take down my hood and kind of prominently show my horns and dilate my eyes as much as I can to make them appear extra freaky like they are. Also,
Okay, your horns are currently still obscured by your hair at this point.
Okay, and then also I'm going to take out my...
They are starting to grow back at this point a little bit more and grow back in. You undo your tail, it swishes around. As soon as you do that, a few of the people in the pub get very uneasy around you, look up at you, and are just almost kind of like trying to make themselves look as small as they can in the area, really trying not to draw your attention. Kaios, you walk up to the barkeep, and an elderly man who is just in the midst of kind of cleaning and pouring a drub. You ask for Kaios. He kind of just doesn't really stop his business, just kind of motions his head over towards a man who's currently who currently has his head like on the bar, but is still clutching a glass of ale. Walking up to him, you notice that he only has one hand, and his other hand is currently obscured underneath his cloak. His head is laying on the bar, and he appears to be either in the midst of a drunken sleep or just very, very depressed.
Okay, so I'm going to walk up to this Kaios. I'm going to go, Kaios it is. I am here on business. Where is this Lady of Shadows I've been hearing about?
At which point, Kaios rolls his head over, and at this point, you notice that he only has one eye that is currently that he only has one eye. The other eyelid is currently covered by an eye patch, and he lifts up his head. The one eye flutters open, and he reels back, letting go of his tankard, reels back, collapsing down onto the ground. you notice that his left hand also is a hook, and is currently trying to currently push himself across the ground to the wall as far away from you as he can. Looking up to you, and he says, Naros, why are you looking for the Lady of Shadows? You're. At which point he looks at you and gets a very good look at you and realizes you're not Naros. You are another individual, and he says, "And what type of business are you needing with her? Why did you disturb me from my sleep?" He gets back up, goes over to the bar, and drains the rest of his tank and says, "Barkeep, another one." Places it down on the ground, or places it back down on the bar.
You know very well what type of business I speak of. Fool, where are they?
If you truly worked for her organization, you would know exactly where they were.
I come from across the seas. I do not know of this peddly little town. I only know of this name of this woman. Where are they? I have business for the last time.
He just kind of harumps at you and says, "That she-bitch nearly killed me. You don't want to join her group."
I'm not here to join. Never said join. Mainly just business. Where are they?
I don't know. You're better off actually trying to find someone in their organization. I used to be in there, but unfortunately, she left me crippled. Or at least, she had me maimed as I had butchered one of her assignments that she had given me. He lifts up his hook and says, "Be warned, you piece of shit tiefling. This is not what you want happening to yourself. There's a building not too far west from here. It's an old abandoned warehouse that, if you find it, it used to be where I would meet her envoys to gain my assignments."
Okay. What was the name of this, the dude? The tiefling guy? 'Cause he
Naros?
he mentioned his name. So
Naros. Narrows. Naros.
So I'm gonna say, this Naros you speak of, where can I find him? I must parlay.
He's always wandering around the streets of this place, but it's very difficult to actually get a meeting with him unless you own a business of some sort.
Very well. I'm gonna slap down, I'll say 10 coins.
Okay. Slap down 10 gold. You see Kaios eagerly grab the coins and kind of shuffle them into his robe.
Do you have any other information for me before I leave?
How much coin you got?
Enough.
It's said that the Lady of Shadows drinks from a well of eternal night, and it is that she is able to move quickly from one place to another without ever her face being shown. None have seen her and lived. I have never met her personally, but it is said that she is religious and is able to enjoy the presence of the gods sometimes, when she wants. But the gods that she communes with are a dark, deep some that never fully reveal their face. At which point he takes another long draft from his tankard.
Alright, Karma's gonna put down another 20 coins.
Cool. Okay, make sure you mark off that.
Yep, I'm down to 690. Okay, and then I'm going to go towards the door, put up my hood, put my tail away.
Okay.
And
you do such. and walk out the door. All right. Are you heading back to the tavern? Or are you going to head back to the tankard? What are you doing?
I'd like to go and do a little bit of shopping, because I figured I have a little bit more time before it's nighttime.
Yep. You have a little more time. Okay, so, all right. Cool. What time are we looking at? 11:14. Okay. We will handle shopping. Let's handle shopping over the next. This will go for anyone who needs to do shopping or needs to want or is looking to buy
Can
anything.
I make a suggestion
Yes.
that we handle the rest of this, I don't know, day, and
That's all we were going to
And
do. I was going to postpone
via
the rest of
GroupMe,
the.
and then we can also, when we meet back at the tavern, we can do that through GroupMe for through the duration of this week, and then
Yep.
come up with our plan of action and pick up the following morning.
Yep, you guys can do that if you would feel so compelled.
Is everyone okay with that?
That works for
Yeah.
me.
Cool. All right. So if you need to do shop, I was gonna say if you want to do shopping, chuck some stuff at me through GroupMe. Let me know what you want to do. I'll let you know where you can find it, how much it's gonna be, different things along those lines. You guys can RP the planning stages of this throughout the week. If you need to level up still to level 3, do that. You can do that. Sweet point. Okay, cool. Okay, so if you need to do that this week, make sure you do that. Get yourself up to level 3. Know what spells you're doing. You're rocking. Anything else that, or if people want to stick around and do shopping tonight, they can. I got a little bit more time I can do. So,
I'm gonna bounce off and grab.
but if you need, I was gonna say, but you need to.
Points.
Yeah, but if you need to bounce off, you are more than able to do so for the night.
Before I go, I would like to roll performance for round 2.
Oh my god. Okay, go for it.
Call.
Good night, guys. I'll see some of you tomorrow.
See you, Jets.
20! Yay!
That person is
Since okay, so goddamn, you initiated. I'm saying goddamn based off of what she rolled as well. So
Oh God.
yeah. Hi, welcome to Shadows D&D World. Since you were the one who initiated the second round, you leave her. Picking up a few tricks from the first time, you leave her ridiculously pleased, so much so that she is basically unable to pretty much move after you have completed.
Ask for money.
She, you stand up, you reclothe yourself, you chuck her 25 gold for pretty much the entire thing. She just lays there and is more than happy with it, just showered in gold at that point. That came out wrong.
Oh, she got the golden shower, guys.
You walk out the door, walk downstairs. Little crisscrossy, a little bit more sidewaysy than you probably prefer, but you are walking surprisingly.
Magic missiles, indeed.
Jesus.
I'm going to enjoy making Shadow do this every time we an establishment of ill repute.
Hi. Welcome to what it means to be a DM. Welcome to things that you have to know what you're... Maybe not necessarily
Yeah,
know
I
what the
just
fuck you're
didn't-
doing, but at
you know,
least understand.
I'm not sure you were thinking like this kind of dungeon master.
Nope. My brain went in about 40 different ways, so enjoy it tonight, guys. Not sure if it'll happen again. Okay, anyways. Alright, anyone doing shopping or anything else along for the rest of the evening?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna hit you up for that in chat and
Alright, sounds
DM this stuff or
Okay, cool.
RP this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys can RP different things.
I'll be up for a bit to do some RP in chat.
Yep, RP. You can
same here.
RP all week. You'll have it like this entire week can be the evening after you guys return to the tavern, and that'll be the RP for sleep. It'll probably be another 15 gold for the evening as you guys are at the tavern for nighttime sleep, unless you're sleeping on a cart for reasons unknown. Apart from that, Rhino, you said you want to do some shopping.
I mean, I just wanted to get at least 1 or 2 potions from that store. How much?
All right.
How much were they?
You'd have to go over there as you enter. Kala is Kala. You'd have to talk to Kala. Kala, unless you want to look for another store. Kala says, "I'm sorry, but I've unfortunately sold 2 of my potions. The only one I have left is a greater healing potion for 350 gold." At which point she pulls out a red goldish liquid and shows it to you.
I say thank you, but that's a little too rich for my blood. I want to spend a little less. Would you know of any other place that might sell potions?
You can always try Garwin's. He's always got a few oddities and things over there. Possibly. Okay. Otherwise, you might be able to try and find something at one of the other stores, but it's unlikely. It's possible.
I'll go to. I'm gonna ask. Do you know of any place that might sell poisons?
You're the She looks at you curiously. You're the second one who's asked about that. I pointed another individual today over toward Garwin's store for that as well.
Very well, thank you, ma'am. I will go and take a look at what Garwin has in stock.
Okay. Head to Garwin's. Garwin, walk in and kind of half. He is a small, very elderly dwarven gentleman sitting on his. As you walk in, there's just a bunch of random things that are currently all over the place at this moment in time. Just like very, like almost though it's like if you didn't work here or didn't like live in this area, you would have no fucking clue what is here. I'm trying to find that shit that I need. So walking in, there's just a lot. There's a lot of random stuff around. This elderly dwarf is sitting on the counter of his store, and is just kind of smoking a pipe. Very gray beard that goes down almost to his waist. And says, "Hello, what can I help you with?"
Sir, I am in need of both potions and poisons. What do you have in stock?
Poisons, we don't have much of those. He looks around. I'm gonna have to get back. I'm honestly gonna have to get back to you on that one, so we'll RP that through GroupMe.
Okay, that works.
Poisons, I don't. I have to look that up and figure out what the fuck.
I'm gonna pop off, but that was a fun session, guys.
Jesus.
That was good stuff.
Thanks. As for potions, I have 3 greater healing potions and 2 minor healing potions as well.
How much for the minor potions?
Minor healing potion will run you 125 gold.
I'll take one of those.
Yep. Mark that off.
Okay. And then we'll talk about poisons. And then also
Yeah.
I want to search for a sword or something else as well. We can RP that as well.
I was gonna say a sword. If you're just looking for a regular sword, you could probably find that along the southern side of the main southern side of the main square. Depends on what type of sword you're looking for. A lot of those are very easy to find. If you're looking for a magical sword or something that has a little bit more enchantment, that might be a little more difficult to find in this town, but you might be able to find something.
Okay.
So it all depends on what you're looking for.
Well, I will RP that throughout the week, just
to
expedite this.
I mean, I've got plenty. I've got some time, so I really have no problem hanging out, just chatting about this stuff.
Okay. Did you? So, going completely offline, did you guys see my performance coming there?
I did not. I enjoyed that actually quite a lot.
It's pretty good.
Was very well done, and it also helps that he rolled a 2 on his perception check at the beginning.
Oh Jesus!
So that's why he like flailed around, and then he realized who you were.
Well,
It was good. I was expecting something like that.
It definitely helped me out to know that there's another tiefling in town.
Poison. Okay, poisons are going to be at Garwin's probably about 150 gold each for just a basic vial of them.
Okay.
You already have in your adventuring gear though. Oh, never mind. Not that. Here. So, but for a basic poison, if you apply it to, it takes like if you apply that poison to a blade or to a dart, it would and then attack it with something, attack a creature with it. That creature would have to make a Constitution saving throw, or they would take an additional 1d4 of poison damage.
Okay.
Once applied, the poison will only remain potent for 1 minute, though.
Oh wow.
So, poison is going to be something that you're going to add on to it and then progress forward from it. So.
Okay.
A little ridiculous. So, just FYI for that. And then there will be farther and farther more poisons as we progress through the story campaign as well.
Okay.
So. 25 for poison. Make sure I write that down. I say what, 25 for poison? Is that what I said?
I think you said 150 for poison.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm writing all my stuff down because it's gonna be it's gonna be slightly different depending on where you're at in the world. Cool.
Sounds good.
Anyone else in chat, or is it just me?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I'm still here.
All right. Hey, you guys doing anything else, or
No, I'm just hanging out.
just hanging out, chatting? That's always fun.
It was good. It was a good night.
I was expecting tonight to be a bit RP heavy night. Was not expecting it to be that RP heavy, but it worked.
There was
It worked.
approximately no combat.
No combat.
There almost was. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about flinging a dart at the guy for a second there.
Yeah.
But I decided that just jumping into combat might not be the smartest idea.
Yeah.
And people might be mad at me, so I didn't do that. I'm thinking about it.
That was a lot of fun though. I enjoyed that.
How mad would they be if I started attacking him?
I mean, you could have.
I know I could have.
I would have let you go with it, and that's fine.
I was kind of hoping he would start something so I could come up and like knock him out and we could interrogate him or something, but
Could have done that too. It all depended on what he rolled. I have a lot of different charts that are like, if he rolls this, it is this. If he rolls this, it is this. If he rolls this, it is this. And I roll like 3 or 4 times before seeing what he actually does. It's kind of ridiculous, extensive. I've started keeping a binder of everything that I'm writing down on. I have a Google Docs folder, and then I have an actual binder which I'm using for like the actual stuff for the sessions that I'll need. You guys made it.
I keep it all in a Google. I've got, because we've got 2 games running now. Yeah. I have 2 separate Google Docs now for everything.
Yeah, you guys made it through approximately half of what I had planned for this evening. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of fun though. I enjoy it.
Did you check out that Blood Hunter?
I have not had a chance to check that out yet. Unfortunately,
it's a cool looking class. I'm playing one in my other
Nice.
group. Yeah.
I've been trying to find Matt Mercer's gunslinger class that they've been using.
He hasn't
for
put it out
fighting.
yet.
I want it so bad.
I know.
I'm like, oh, but I want it. I want to provide that for players in case somebody wants to do that.
If you look at the Reddit, oh man, I would jump on that. I would almost suicide my monk if I didn't love his backstory so much.
Oh, I love your backstories. I'm so excited for your personal quest. I can't fucking wait for your personal quest. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for Rhino. I'm excited for Rhinos. I'm excited for yours. I'm excited for Matrum's. I think that's going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
I'm also really excited for Tyrion's, because Tyrion's got a very interesting backstory or a very interesting personal quest as well. So I can't wait. It's going to be fun. Yo, Josh, thank you for hanging out tonight, dude. And it seems really fun. Yeah, tonight didn't even have combat in it, and combat I think is one of the more fun parts. Tonight was just a bunch of RP that we did. So thank you for hanging out.
Streaming.
Oh yeah, I try to stream all the sessions. The only session I don't stream is I didn't stream was the first session. So once the session is done, once the sessions are done, I'll start posting them on and highlighted. I will post them on I'll highlight all of the session, and then I'll post it on YouTube as well.
Well, actually, once I realized that while watching it, I could see your DM screen, I stopped watching them.
I actually changed that a little bit. So
Okay.
now what you're seeing on the stream is it is me watching it as a player. So
Okay, that's cool.
So I since my setup is 3 different screens, I have my on the main screen, which is what you guys see, the entire just like it's me watching it as a player. So you guys can't see, like, it's only black. It's me seeing what you guys would see. And then on another screen, I have my DM stuff, and that's where I normally will like be changing everything and showing like, okay, this is where lighting now changes. This is where blah 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 now changes, and such like that. So, it's a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. So
like
hopefully,
it already.
I was gonna say, I part of me wishes I could have Skype showing you what I'm doing, as well, so that way you guys can like, cause I do stuff with my hands. I will like sometimes change my like how I'm talking and how I'm sitting, as I'm progressing through it. So I kind of want, I really wish like I could show you guys that through Skype. But I mean, if you have the stream up, you can watch it through there as well. Now you can watch it there through there as well without having to worry about like seeing what's going to happen on the DM screen.
Yeah, because like I don't want to. I like being able to see, you talk and everything like that,
Right.
and us. Like, I wish we could all have that, but like I don't even own a webcam.
Oh no, I would love to be able to see everyone, but I mean, if you can't do that, I'm more than fine being able to just like go off of voice cues and everything like that. Josh, we have to teach you how to do it someday. Absolutely, dude. I would, if I could get like a viewer D&D group together and be like, all right, guys, we're gonna meet on this day. Send me your backstories here, here, and here. Then I probably would. But I'm also realizing that I'm already about to be doing 2 or 3. I think I'm already gonna be running 2 campaigns here in the near future. I'm gonna cry.
Actually, Dan, are you still in this?
DJ left.
Okay, cool. Well, because he's in my other group, and we haven't
nice.
actually started yet. It's a group of some friends from here,
Solid.
which of course I'm moving away from. So yay.
Yeah.
But like my backstory's got like a lich that basically took over and wrecked this entire town, and
Nice.
I can't wait to see that like get worked into the storyline because it's bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad. It's like 15 years of people just dying.
I'm excited for this other group that I'm working with. It's a group of friends from college, and we had played like a mini campaign the summer. Like there was this group of friends and I like we pretty much like all like it was like myself and like 3 others living in like this 3-person apartment. So there was one person sleeping on the couch the entire summer, and then like we then had 3 or 4 other just friends of mine just randomly come over like pretty much any time that they wanted, and sometimes it was even more than that. Like, so we normally had like 5 to 7 or 8 people in this apartment at any one time. Like,
I know what that's like. Actually,
the apartment was spacious. It was doable. It was like okay, like it was like 3 very individual rooms and then a very, very wide open like common room and kitchen. So it was doable. It just was, you kind of started realizing that you want your personal space, you want your personal time.
My junior year of college, they fucked up housing. And so I lived in a dorm all through college, right? The dorms were set up supposed to be 2 people in one room, a bathroom connected to another room of 2 people.
Oh yeah.
My room had 5 people in it for
Holy
a
shit.
2-person room, and the room connected to us had 4
Oh.
for
That
like
sucks.
a whole semester because they fucked up housing and they put too many people into the rooms, and instead of fixing it, they were just
Ugh.
like, okay.
Ugh. That's gross.
This is what you have to do now. We just had mattresses on the floor at one point. Like
That's horrid.
there's no time
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, but that group that from college, we did 2 mini campaigns, one of which I DM'd for, the other which was my very first experience with Dungeons and Dragons, and I'd heard about Dungeons and Dragons, I kind of knew a little bit about it, but I was like, I really want to learn how to play this game, and it turned out really, really fun. It was kind of a very, very, I'm not gonna say hastily thrown together campaign, but the campaign was very linear, very much. Very, very forward, very much like, okay, you have to do this. You need to knock out this person. Like, we kind of knew all the steps that we would have to take throughout the campaign from the beginning, which I was like, which looking back on, I'm like, it's not bad. It's a very easy way to do a mini campaign, but I was after watching through Crit Roll and watching and listening to Penny Arcade and Chris Perkins DM, I was just like, holy shit! There's so many other ways to DM for this stuff. So, a lot of fun.
Crit Roll comes back on Thursday.
I'm so excited, and I have to work on that day. I'm so angry.
I don't have to work again until February 15th.
My goal will be to go. My goal is going to be to go to work, get work over with as fast as I can, and then get home. If I have an opportunity to listen/watch Crit Roll during work, I will. But if not, I'm gonna fucking come home and just probably spend the next 4 hours watching it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I subscribed to
wait.
Geek and Sundry just so I could watch their rebroadcast, or just so I could watch their highlights in their previous
Episodes
previous
without
streams,
waiting
yeah.
for it to come up on Monday.
Yep.
If it even ends up on Monday, because it's the first show that
It's
the
first
new
show.
producer is
new-
going to be there. That is not
Yeah.
going to be a clean upload.
No, it won't be. I was sad to see Zach go, but at the
Yeah.
same time I was like, it makes sense. I
Going on to real things.
I really would love, like, if I ever get an opportunity to like intern for them, I would absolutely fucking love to intern for Geek and Sundry.
Oh god, yeah.
I've actually thought about, like, okay, so I'm looking at going back to school for electronic media production. I'm like, I could probably get an internship with them. I'd have to move to LA for it, but I would be like, you know what, that's cool. I'm okay with that.
Let me know if you need to bounce any ideas off of me.
Yeah.
I'm going to work for a broadcast company out in Pittsburgh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
What-
basically NEP. They
Okay.
make production trucks. So pretty much
cool.
any feed that you see from the Olympics or
Nice.
football or pretty much any sporting event really
Very nice.
is one of their trucks, and I'll be working on those as an engineer. But it's information technology, it's
Yeah.
communication technology, it's whatever you want to call it. It's got a million names.
Yeah, there's 1.5 million names for it. Josh also says 5 people in one small room. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
smelly college guys who
No.
all have girlfriends.
No.
I
Nope.
spent a lot of time in the lobby.
Yeah. I could easily see that. Well, very, very fun session this evening,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yeah, it was. It was good. I had a lot of fun.
A lot of RP, but RP is always a lot of fun and always keeps me on my toes because I have no idea what the fuck you guys are going to do. Ever.
Well, I can guess at a lot of it. Anarchy. I'm gonna try to get that gnome to be sold. I'm telling you, it's a viable plan.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the group ends up working together when you are faced with some very, very other interesting other interesting
I would like to touch the boy.
scenarios.
There's no
Yeah, you
good
would.
way of saying
That was
that.
no good way of saying that.
You
tonight.
just wanted to touch the boys.
I
All
just
right.
want to touch you.
I just want to touch the boy, see if he's an illusion or not.
Well, okay, so I was looking at my spell list, and I have Minor Illusion as a cantrip.
It was a good idea. It was a
And
very,
I was
very good
thinking,
idea.
well, if, the Tiefling, if he's a class that can illusion himself, maybe he just took a corner, turned around the corner, turned himself into a little boy, thinking, we would just overlook it. And the only way of really, deciphering that, if it's Minor Illusion, you can put your hand through it and break the illusion spell. So that was the plan I was going for, but...
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good way. It was good. It was a good thing that it was interesting. It was, definitely a good idea. But I mean, you were able
There's
to.
no good way of saying it.
It worked well. It was a lot of fun. I look forward to it. I'm gonna get out of here. Get some
Yeah,
sleep
I've got a
for
really
the
early
night.
doctor appointment. I should go to bed.
Oh, that's no fun. All right.
No.
This is the man who's continuously broken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
But yep. If you guys need to do shopping or anything, hit me up through the messaging. We'll go ahead and do your RP throughout there.
Sounds
And
good.
At that point, we'll continue to progress forward from there. I'm gonna probably see if I can find a way to put some of the RP up, on. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it, but put it someplace, or at least start
Make a book.
chronicling it. That wording. So, all right, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, I guess so. Night.
See ya.
everyone who's hanging out in chat tonight, thank you so much for hanging out in chat. You are super awesome, amazing, and wonderful as always. We'll be back like this stream tomorrow morning. Not sure if it'll happen just because sleep. But thank you for hanging out tonight, guys. We'll do some more D&D next week on Tuesday. We stream D&D here on Tuesday every evening, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and then progress on from there. If you guys are looking for more D&D content, there are some other really awesome people out there who do D&D content here on Twitch, as well as Geek and Sundry does Critical Role every Thursday evening, which you can find all of the previous episodes up on YouTube, as well as you can check it out at Geek and Sundry's website as well. Highly suggest all of it. Matt Mercer, fantastic DM. And hopefully you guys will see you next Tuesday, or hopefully see you then before then in some of our other streams that we do here on the Nerddom. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are super awesome and amazing. Have a wonderful rest of your night, guys.